Hey everybody, welcome to Roll for Fun. Oh, I'm so amped to get this going. It's been a crazy week out there for everybody. So I hope that you have some fun tonight. You can kick back and relax with us, have some laughs, hopefully. I have a feeling they're going to do really well. But either way, in the future, in the near future, everybody just make sure you take care of each other and try to stay positive no matter what you're going through. And not just in this current situation, in life in general, but especially right now. Big shout out, as always, to Devin Knight, friend of the show, longtime friend of the show. You can find his link down below, along with our Discord, Twitter, all that good stuff. So please participate in that. We love interacting with y'all as much as we can, even outside of the show. What else? I'm so excited to get started. I can't think right now. So that's what we're gonna do. Players, did y'all have anything? I didn't even ask you before we started. Y'all have anything? No? I got some left and rights. Okay. All right. So, let's jump into tonight's session of D&D. Oh, wait, I turned off the music. Let me get the music back. It ain't gonna work. Forget it. All right, so.
Wait, I'm not gonna have my murder music?
You will.
I can't murder basilisks without music.
You know what? I was gonna do it for the intro, but now just give me 1 second, and we're gonna be there. We're gonna have our intro music.
I need my murder mobo music. Oh,
right.
How that?
It's our intro music, and then we're gonna have our murder music. All right. So, when we left off, the heroes of the prophecy had absconded from the mossy temple by the skin of their teeth with the horn of Balmitria and several teenagers from the area around Astoria. You made your way back, leaving the teenagers relatively near their home village, and exhausted, beaten, sore, tired, with Lorius, the satyr, and Kira, as always, made your way to the Dragon Tooth Inn. From there, each of you decided to take a load off. You brought Karina and her fathers back together. They were overjoyed to see you. You retired for the night after getting some information from the local dwarves, talking to them a little bit from the copper mines about the Mithril Forge. You all drank from the horn of Balmitria and had your prophetic visions. The next day, you perused the market, met a very interesting individual attempting to sell you a fine necklace, spoke with Princess Anora herself, and hatched a plan to attempt to slay the basilisks in their nest so that Anora could be offered safely for sacrifice, thus fulfilling and appeasing Lord Titan Sydon. You made your way with the assistance of Theracles and a few of the Astorian scouts, tracking the basilisks to their nest. You dove underwater to enter the subterranean cave. The cave itself is expansive and large, wide open, 20-30 foot ceilings in places, stalagmites and stalactites, all pitch black. Your only vision, aside from Euron, is courtesy of Lycus's dancing lights. Travel across the cavern, illuminating the various features. You have elevated platforms, stalagmites, stalactites. You saw two large basilisks in the dark, kind of minding their business. The ground around you, if you recall, was thick and muddy, sloppy, and the smell of animal refuse permeated throughout the chamber, along with the echoing cries from the basilisks going about their business. Once you located one up on a ledge, I think you came within 30 feet or so of it, you decided to ambush it stealthily. You prepared yourselves, gave each other the signal, and that's where we left off. So, that is where we're going to jump in. Do you have any questions before we begin tonight's session? Nope. Any more questions? I know I asked if you had some before, but any last minute questions so you can't complain later?
Map.
Map. Force. Map is yours.
Yeah, but there's basilisks are still alive on this map. Can we just go ahead and win this? Just get straight to the treasure part.
I would love to.
Oh god. I think he's facing the wrong way.
We'll find out. You were attempting to be stealthy, and Euron and I think it was Aina spread mud on themselves, or was it Euron and
Cyanus?
Euron and Cyanus?
No, I definitely did. I
Oh, you
laid
did
down
too.
and rolled
Oh
down.
yeah, you both did. You both did.
It was
Okay,
my
so it was
idea.
just Lycus. Lycus
Right,
didn't
shit,
want to spoil
couldn't
his
remember.
finery.
Are you kidding
Right.
me?
I need to fix that in the recap. But yes.
Yeah, no mud is getting anywhere on this.
I mean, I knew it wasn't you.
Yes, you better understand that. First off, you know how long it takes to steam these clothes? Thank you.
All right. So you're in position. You want to recap each other as to what the plan is real quick, so
Okay.
you know you're on the same page before you say go?
So I'm hiding behind this stalagmite, excuse me.
Might.
Yes.
Yes.
I look behind me. I got Cyanus there. Gave him a little thumbs up because I know he can't shoot anything ranged because he has only a stab. So I got over on my left, look over at Euron, give her a little thumbs up, make sure she's good to go for her stab. And then I know Aina can chuck that little disc of death from way further than I can shoot. So I'm here to make this happen as best we can. Tell you what, everyone good? Kinda, yeah, like, okay. I know Aina's good, just because she's always ready to murder something. So, I'm going to peek at the basilisk, and I want to drop my guiding light behind it, or oh gosh, what are they called?
Dancing.
Dancing light. I want to drop my dancing light behind it, and make it turn. Is the goal, and then I'm shooting it.
Okay.
Because I know I can see it. You know, we've already established it's looking at it.
Yeah, just so you know, like you said, the dancing light's kind of maneuvering about and everything. He's kind of tracking it, so kind of it's standing and kind of sniffing the air and looking at it, and it turns its head, it follows the light over there, and it starts to hunch almost as though it may attack it.
Good. I shoot that bitch. I pop out, pull my little pan flute slash dart thrower or dart spitter, blowgun, whatever you want to call it, and I'm gonna lay into this thing with a poison dart.
All right, let's go ahead and roll for initiative, and we'll put Lycus at the top of the order since he's kicking this off.
Yes, that's how I like it.
Come on, beautiful.
Oh, dropped a pencil.
Already, you failed
I
me.
know. That's not good.
Switching
All right.
dice.
That ain't good at all.
So, anybody over? Well, Lycus is at the top. All right. So, I know where you at.
8.
8. All right. And you're on
6.
6. And Cyanus
13.
13. Okay. All right. Ready to go. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
Are we? It's advantage.
Is advantage.
Okay,
Yes.
good. Just making sure. I need everything I can get here. Oh, you can't hear me. I'm muted.
I assumed you were talking to
No,
Julia.
I'm using my sharpshooter, so I, take the extra damage bonus, but lose the attack roll bonus. So
Okay, you got
I'll
it.
make sure that early on. I was waiting for confirmation. I was like, he's not talking at all. Okay,
I assumed
second
something
shot.
popped up.
14. 14. Does a 14 hit?
14. It turns the giant pinkish gray body standing at the light, aiming at the top of the shadow. You fire it off into the darkness. You see no reaction. You missed.
Does it notice I missed?
We'll find out.
Okay. I look at Ina, I'm like, I kind of like peek back behind it, and that's it.
All right. So that means it is the basilisk's turn. You hear this kind of ding way off in the distance of where your dart must have hit something. You turn, and at that moment, with you turning around, a rock tumbles off the stalagmite next to you. He turns. Leathery skin rippling through the darkness, the shadow growing bigger in front of the dancing light behind it.
I run if I can run.
It's technically not doing anything because it was surprised. Cyanus, you're up.
Oh, there we go then.
What you gonna do, Cyanus?
Sorry, can I just quickly ask something? Because I realized, so if we were going to try and take the shots at the same time,
That's
for
what
those
this
who could
is.
do distance shots, okay.
That's what this is. Surprise
Okay.
round, basically.
Okay.
I mean, I was just sitting here thinking what to do. Yeah, I'm just gonna stand here at the spiller, just basically getting ready for one of them to like come at us.
Okay, so you're gonna hold an attack basically for
Yeah.
one to get within range. Okay, sounds good. Ina, you're up. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna throw my chakram.
All right.
So do I get advantage or no?
You do. You are
Okay.
unseen. Just check the range on it, obviously. Make
I
sure.
did.
Okay, thank you.
22.
22's a hit.
5 plus 3, so 8. And then I am going to rage.
Okay, you got it. All right, so out of the darkness, you hear. You see a little bit of blood splatter off the basilisk onto the ground. It turns to face Ina. You hear this guttural shout as Ina rages up and her adrenaline's pumping, ready to meet this thing face to face. You're on. Is that it, Ina?
I avert my gaze.
Okay, that's gonna be at the start of your turn.
Okay, I'm just saying.
At the start of your turn.
All right.
You're on. You're up. What are you gonna do?
Shutting my goddamn eyes.
Okay.
I mean, I'm behind sort of a edge, so maybe that kind of helps, but preventative measure, just in case, because there's nothing really I can do to reach. Actually, wait, hold on. How high is that edge that I'm sort of under?
Where you're at, it's like 5 right in front of you, and then it grows higher to 10 to 15, kind of goes up and down as it extends north throughout the cavern.
And to be clear, it is looking at us.
It seems to be locked on in Ina's direction right now. It's scanning. But yeah, it's aware that there's people here trying to do harm.
Okay. Damn it. I have my sword out for prep up close, so I can't swap. Yeah, no,
What are you
I'm
gonna do?
Or I'm just maybe move slightly closer. Just, like, infinitesimally so I can reach over, and then just avert my eyes. Just,
Okay, so are you gonna hold an attack action too?
yeah.
Okay.
As soon as I sort of hear it come up
If
close.
you think it's in range. Got
yeah,
it, easy enough.
It's in range, yeah.
Alright, that brings us back to the top. Lycus. Now remember, just quick memory, you're on your dark vision. Everybody else, if those dancing lights aren't in the area around this thing, they're basically pitch black, so you're not gonna be able to see him. So you're gonna have to keep the dancing lights by him if you want to give them visibility.
Do you want to put lights on? Can you put
little
lights on there
token?
so I
I can
can
find a little
show
token.
exactly where
Sure.
they are? There's 4 of them.
Sure. I don't know if you want all 4, if you just want to keep one to track him. but
Yeah,
that's
that
fine.
way I can, just make. Yeah, that's fine. No, just
Oh,
that's
there's
fine.
4?
Yeah, there's just 4 of them.
Okay.
Because I had that one over there. That one was over there looking for that one. And then, yeah, it's like here. That's fine. Because I remember we scanned them out like 60 feet. Or no,
Yeah,
this
that's
one would
fine.
have been over here. It would have been behind.
That's
Yeah,
a
so that's-
10-foot radius, right?
Yeah,
10 or
10
20?
foot dim light. It's 10 foot
Okay.
dim light.
Got it.
So the whole thing was just illuminate the area so we could see it. And I tracked this one on the right, and I tracked this first one, second one. So
Easy
okay.
enough.
So they're staying with them. Okay, my turn again. Yeah,
Your turn
I'm gonna
again.
pop out, go to shoot this thing. Is he still surprised?
He's locked onto Ina. You
Good,
got the
he's
sense he knew
surprised.
where you were last time. He's not surprised.
Ah,
He can
yeah.
see you.
Nah, I'm unseen. I'm hiding behind a big mother. I'm unseen. Hopefully.
Yeah.
How's a 19 sound for your unsurprised self?
Was that with sharpshooter or not?
I'm always gonna shoot it with it. We'll make a rule from
Okay.
here on.
That's fine. Yes, that's a hit.
Thank you. Okay, that's gonna be 14 damage to him, and then 1d4 poison. That's gonna be a 3.
3 poison damage.
So 17 total. 3 poison, 14 regular piercing.
Okay.
And then I'm going to look at Ina, and I'm just going to play a quick little, some shrilly notes. I'm going to give her my new bardic inspiration. So I'm going to give her epic resistance to, let's see, it reduces a resistance to 1 damage type. So I'm assuming this thing bites, so piercing, I guess.
Okay.
Crushing
Ina?
maw. Yeah, yeah. Because I figured she's just rage mode just now. She just went all cray cray on me, so I'm figuring she's about to charge this thing.
Okay.
So now I'm going to run like a son of a bitch. Ah! This way. Because that was the whole point of this was the plan. Get its
You got
attention,
it.
run, and lure it into a trap.
Okay.
So as I'm running by, I'll be like, "You got it."
You run off. Give I know your little diddly of inspiration. As the dart sank in, it kind of got up on his hind legs. Slamming through the mud flinging throughout the air, going in and out of the area of these dancing lights. It is going to get right up next to where you're at, Euron. Charging towards Ina and Lycus. Go ahead and make an attack of opportunity with disadvantage.
Oh yeah. Okay, here we go.
You hear this.
That is not going to hit. That is a 10.
A 10. You have your spear or your sword?
Sword.
Okay. Slam out with your sword. Nothing but air. You hear it charging next to you, and it kind of stops right next to you. Looks around. You got an attack on it, so now you are visible, and you are right next to it. So,
How fun.
Can I adjust something?
what?
I forgot she's a barbarian, and I said she raged.
That's why I asked. So we're gonna let it fly.
Yeah,
You're
we'll
gonna
let it fly. Okay,
She's
so
still inspired.
I'm gonna change it. No.
She's still inspired.
Oh, it's the first time using it. I forgot. All right, I love you.
I
anyway.
asked you.
Oh yeah, you asked me, but you didn't say. Are you sure? She's raged, and I'd have been like, "Oh, you're right. I'm so tired from work today. I forgot what rage does."
Oh.
All right.
We'll see what happens. All right. So, but it is going to, before it turns to slash out at you. You're on 15. That's Lycus. Lycus, I need you to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Why?
It's looking at you.
Yeah, I ran away and hide.
You want to try and hide?
No, I ran away around
You ran
the
away.
backside of the stalagmite.
I can see you. Look where you're at. Look where it's at.
Yeah. Oh,
It can see you.
yeah, but I can't see it. All right.
Wishful thinking, buddy.
Seven plus my darn resistance. Constitution saving throw.
Constitution save.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's gonna be a total of 9.
Okay. So, as you're passing on, you quickly glance over your shoulder. Unfortunately, the basilisk catches your glare, and Aina right next to you, like it just stops in his tracks. He manages to turn around, this look of strange contorted disbelief on his face, like as you feel your legs suddenly grow very heavy and a very cold feeling seep up beneath your feet. You are currently restrained. Your speed is 0. Attack rolls against you have advantage. Your attack rolls have disadvantage, and you have disadvantage on dexterity saving throws while you are restrained.
Wonderful.
Just so you know. And you're going to repeat that at the end of your next turn. Okay? Let's see. So now it's going to turn to Euron and try to bite you. That's a 23, so that's going to hit you. Sword goes wide. Well, actually, I have advantage. I'll make sure I don't get a 20, which I don't. It turns you. Giant jaws rip into your shoulder, pulling the shield almost out. You are going to take 11 piercing damage. And another 5 poison damage as this strange venom kind of pumps into your arm. It goes limp for a moment.
Damn it. Yep.
Okay.
I say because I know I have advantage against abilities that inflict poison, but I'm not sure if that.
Yeah,
really
no,
helps
it's not
in
an
this
ability. This is
situation.
just damage. Yeah. You're not resistant to poison damage or anything, are you?
No.
No. Okay.
How many damage was that again?
That was 13. Did I say 13?
You said 11 poison. You said 11 piercing.
11
and
piercing,
then
5 poison. 11 piercing, 5 poison.
16.
Yep.
We go and die, Joey.
Nonsense. You're doing well. At this moment, Cyanus, you hear one of those guttural kind of shriek hisses off from deeper in the cave to your right. You glance over and you see the basilisk between the stalagmites to the east of you start kind of like rapidly clawing at the ground. The spines extending off its back, 8 foot in height total, start kind of vibrating in this weird rhythmic movement, and it digs into the ground before it disappears beneath the surface and the mud closes in over the top of it. All right, so
Is this the basilisk or a Doug trio?
that's a basilisk. Cyanus, you're up. What would you like to do? Let me make this guy invisible.
Help.
Alright, so I'm gonna run up on this one and try striking it with my sword.
All right.
Or, no, my spear, yeah.
All right, timeout. It is. Let me see. Make sure. It is outside of 10. No, it's just within 10 feet. You're good. Make a regular attack roll.
Go. Alright, and I rolled a 16.
16's a hit.
Yeah. And I'm also going to be using my sneak attack. So,
You got it.
so that's 12 damage.
12. Nice. Alright, so Cyanus jumps out from behind the stalagmite, jams forward with his weapon, catches the basilisk in the rib cage. It swirls around to face him, and this giant bloody wound extends down its side, pouring out blood heavily onto the mud around it. It looks pretty fucking wounded. Anything else, Cyanus? You're muted.
Then I'm just going to use my bonus action to disengage.
Okay. Where are you going?
Just going to start heading back down towards these stalagmites.
You got it. That it?
Yeah, I think I had a couple more feet.
That's fine. Yeah, go ahead and do it. Ina, you're up. What are you gonna do?
Okay.
I'm gonna step back about 5 feet and pull my warhammer and then fucking charge it
Okay.
with my warhammer. So $21.
21's a hit. See Ina charge past Lycus Cyanus, mud kicking up all over the place. This fierce shout as she brings the warhammer high up in the air and slams it down on the back of the basilisk.
For 12.
12.
That's what you do weapon, right?
Yeah.
As you slam into the back, you hear this sick and it slams into the ground for a moment, and it looks at you and snarls, and its giant shoulders push up, and you hear several popping sounds as it climbs back up to face you, and it gets on its hind legs and towers over you before slamming its feet into the ground to face you. What else you got? Anything?
Bring it on, bitch.
All right. You're on. You're up.
So if it's facing Ina, it's sort of not looking at me. Okay. Okay, I'm keeping my eyes open this round.
Okay.
I'm gonna stab it because it bit me, and that hurt. Nope. That one will not hit. That is a 6. But you know what? I am
6.
I'm leaving it. That I rolled for. Yeah, no, it did not hit.
Okay.
And I'm throwing that dice out too. Here we go.
As you slash out, your foot slips a little bit in the mud. Your strike goes wide. Is there anything else? Nope. All right. Lycus, your turn. What are you gonna do?
Apparently make a saving throw. Because I'm like...
At the end of your turn.
But I'm restrained.
Yes, your movement speed is 0. You can still take actions and reactions. Your attacks have disadvantage. Still cast spells, all that good stuff.
I start nobly staring down my foe, and I look over at Cyanus, and I'm just like, ah! Fuck! Because I can't move. And I'm like, ah! And I'm like pointing like horribly at my frantically at my feet. And then I'm just gonna look at the basilisk and try to shoot him.
All right. He's gonna have what? Hold on, let me check his size. He's large.
I'll tell you what. First off, let me bonus action. Let me move my lights around because I can move them.
You can do that.
Just so I can. Oh, it's gonna be like Battleship. You're actually gonna make me fucking do this. Be like, where is he? Is he? I think it's what I can move him up to. I can move the lights up to 60 feet. Oh, that's fine. So this one's here. It's gonna be 10. That's what's gonna go right over him. That one there. I'm kind of just okay. Just kind of hope for the best there. Shields up. All right, now I'm going to try and shoot this thing through cover.
All right, yeah, half cover, so -2.
-2.
Use the dice, bro. Use the dice.
I got a 19 flat, so 17.
17, and that's with subtracting.
Always. Yes, that's flat.
Okay.
You may give me a camera shot.
That's a hit. No, I believe you. I'm trying to keep up with you now. All right, so
yeah,
yeah,
because I get a +5, and so I -5, so it's always equaling out.
Nice.
Oh wait, that's disadvantage.
Oh, it is disadvantage. That's right. Thank you for reminding. Thank you for being honest, Josh.
That's a 10.
Yeah, you try to shift your weight to get a better angle, and you can't quite get there before you let the dart fly.
I literally try to move 2 steps to the right. No, can't do that.
Lose your balance for a second.
Yeah. All right, I got to give you a con save.
Yes, please.
Oh God. Oh, pray for me. That's a 3. 5. Actually, it's a 5.
Okay. Let's see.
And I present myself in the most beautiful, epic pose humanly or satyrly imaginable.
You strike a pose of glory. Got it. Basilisk's turn. He is going to glare at Ina right in front of him. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, Ina.
$12.
12. All right. You see this giant yellowish eye catches yours. You stare at it. You feel its force kind of penetrate you. You summon your own will, and you meet it locked face to face. Doesn't seem to have any effect. It is still going to bite at you with a 9. Is it 9 hit? Is it 9?
Not today.
Can a 9 hit? No? All right. As you lock this staring contest, it kind of snaps at your face. You draw back, and you ready your Warhammer for the next swing. You're on. You're up. What are you going to do?
No.
I'm sorry. I went from Basilisk. I was talking about Ina, so I went to you. Rewind that.
Cyanus.
See, Cyanus, hold on, the Basilisks weren't done yet. I'm getting all caught up in this goodness here. Cyanus, you're up. Thank you, you're on. I get so excited when we're fighting. I can't help it.
Clearly. All right.
Oh, guess who's getting targeted next? Go ahead.
I mean, I already have a fucking target on my back. Get over it. All right. Just gonna run up beside Basilisk and swipe at it again with my spear.
All right, you are going to have disadvantage as you charge up towards this Basilisk. That light casting a shadow suddenly. Wait, were those concentration? They were, weren't they? Yes, I thought so. Okay.
Yeah.
Light just.
No, they don't.
All over the chamber, all these magic lights go out, and everything is pitch black except for you, Euron. You're seeing in shades of gray up to 60 feet.
But I can probably tell the lights went out, and I'm just going.
Yes,
Shit.
everything went from color to darkness. As you lash out with your weapon, Cyanus, pitch black, and you're aiming where you think it was.
And that's a 17.
All right.
And then that is a nat 20.
All right, so you lash out into the darkness, and you feel resistance for... And you hear this massive scream go out. This warm liquid pours all over your body, and this heavy thud right in front of you sinks into the blood. And you don't hear any more movement from the Basilisk in front of you. You were fighting.
So I killed it.
Euron just goes, yes!
You can't see, so I don't know. You tell me. Yeah, Euron sees it.
Well, you didn't make me roll for damage, so yeah, I'm gonna get them dead.
Cyanus didn't roll for damage. Cyanus knows that motherfucker's dead. All right. Anything else, Cyanus?
No, I'm just gonna be like preparing a dodge because that one disappeared. I don't know where it went.
Okay, so you're using your bonus action to dodge?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Ina, you're up.
I can't see anything. So I'm gonna yell out to Euron, where's the other one?
The cat's got her tongue for a second. She seems panicked. She's pulling her thoughts together, and she says,
It buried underground. I can't see it at the moment. I'm sorry. Popcorn. But no, it just buried underground, right? That's all we saw?
Yeah,
Okay.
all I saw that it, was that it just went underground and disappeared.
Okay.
I'll look more later. Shit, you can't see it.
I can't.
Check it.
I'll pull my torch out of my bag and light it if I can.
you can be in action.
Okay, that's what I'll do then.
All right. So you got, I think it's 10 bright, another 10 dim. Is that right? I think that's right. Sounds about right. We'll check it later. I think that's right.
20 and 20.
20 and 20. Awesome. So 20 bright, 20 dim. So flares up. You see this giant basilisk corpse right in front of you. The stalagmites casting shadows all over the place. This orangish glow. Anything else?
All right, you son of a bitch. Where are you? I'm just like looking around.
Okay, so you're rocking Warhammer and Torch right now, yes?
Yes.
All right, you got it. Is that it?
I'm gonna move closer up here just to kind of get on the high ground. Maybe that'll help me see it a little bit better.
Okay.
But that's it.
All right, you're on. You're up.
First, I just want to quickly look back towards Lycus. How is he looking?
He seems to be striking a pose.
Is he just
If you want to
striking
get a
a
close
pose?
look, it's going to take an action to focus on him.
At this point, fuck it, yes. I would like to get a better look and find out if he is actually petrified, if it wore off.
Okay.
No, he's just.
Give him a perception check.
Right.
He seems to be basking in the glory of his amazing combat prowess at this moment.
No, that's a 4. I'm really not rolling good tonight.
His own angelic music just seems to permeate.
I will say that since you're in combat, you know Lycus to be proud, but not so arrogant that he's standing perfectly still with basilisks around, so it's definitely questionable. Anything else?
No, at this point, this is just sort of not related to an action, but just confirming. Someone bought health potions, right? Who is holding them? Okay. Oh, okay. That is, I think. I'm going, then, you know, just because we've got a calm moment, it's a bonus action, I'm going to use my second wind.
Okay.
So, that's, ow. Ooh, yay. So that is an additional 12 HP back.
Okay. Good to know. Ina, did your rage fall off? Since you didn't attack or take damage? Okay. I can only get right here. But, yeah, it's 20. So you suddenly hear this as this basilisk jams up out of the mud right behind Cyanus. You feel its heat on you just as you hear this sound as he readies to attack. That was his action to climb out. You hear the sound behind you, Cyanus. You look, and in the dim light from the torch, you see this giant head with blunt teeth, snarling, 2 yellowish eyes lock onto you. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
That's a 13.
All right. You quickly kind of shut your eyes and look back for a second. You can keep your eyes just open enough to prevent whatever force these basilisks have from affecting you. That means it is your turn. What are you going to do?
I'm just gonna lash out at it right in front of me.
All right.
That is a 15.
15 hits.
Yeah. And that's 9 damage.
All right. His face is right in front of you. As you turn your eyes for a second, look back, slam your weapon into its jaw and slice open. It recoils back in anger, and you see it's opening its mouth to try and bite at you. Anything else?
No, that's basically all I've got right now.
Okay. Ina, you're up.
Okay, well, now that I see where it's at, I am going to charge back down at
it. This is getting old.
Yeah. 15.
As you're coming behind, you see Cyanus thrust his weapon in the jaw of this creature. It recoils back. He slams it down and gets his shield up. You're coming up right behind him. Cyanus, duck! He ducks down. Wham! Warhammer comes across, knocks his jaw loose. Go ahead and roll damage.
Yes, it does. All right.
Zionus' jaw.
I mean, pick your poison.
Or hold on, math.
Math hurts.
9.
9. All right. You got it. Anything else?
Nope, that's it for me.
All right. That was Ina. You're on. What are you gonna do?
I'm going to try and move right here, sort of up next to it, I guess.
Okay.
And close proximity, I want to try and protect my friends around me as well. And, right, once more with feeling, I'm going to try and stab it. Go
for it.
Do not fail me, you little shit.
Think good thoughts. Think attack thoughts.
That's a nat 20!
Nice. That's good. That's very good. Go ahead and roll your damage. Remember, the first die is automatically maxed.
That's 13.
13.
Yes!
All right. So, taking a cue from Cyanus and Ina, Euron jumps into the fray. Wham! You see the blade streaks across its face, and eye kind of dims a little bit and kind of pops down, is dangling there. It recoils and slams its head left and right, trying to pick who do y'all to try and defend itself from.
Action surge, I'm hitting it again.
Go for it.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Nope, I tried. That's a 4. No, 6.
Right.
That's a 6. That's a 6. Sorry,
That's
I
right.
did my math wrong.
Slashing around, you try to time your strike, narrowly misses it over the head. Get your shield up, ready to go. Is that it, you're on?
I can't shut my eyes at this point, can I?
Nope.
No. Okay. I might try and see if, I'll try and sort of dip my head behind my shield. That might be the only thing I try, but...
Okay.
Yeah.
With that second attack, narrowly missing it, it kind of catches its attention. It looks at you. That one little eye dangling down kind of turns and locks with you. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
The Medusa is not getting petrified.
I hope not.
You beautiful little thing. I swear to God, it's another one.
A 1 or another 20?
20.
Okay, good. As its eye turns to face you, you feel it kind of start to permeate your body, and all of a sudden the snakes in your hair kind of dart out in front of your eyes to temporarily block it and break its gaze. It is, however, going to bite at you. It's a 21 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
That is going to be 13 piercing damage.
Ow.
As it lunges forward just underneath your shield, it grabs onto your thigh and jerks back in this direction. You feel the teeth tear into your skin, and you feel this burning sensation traveling down your calf. You take another 7 points of poison damage.
I am so glad I did that. Second wind. Oh my God.
All right, so
Kieran probably is screaming.
I imagine so.
Yeah, she's
It
screaming.
lets go of the bite and it turns to face its next target. Cyanus, you're up. What are you gonna do?
I have the light from Ina's torch, right?
Correct.
So no disadvantage.
Correct.
Yeah.
You can see this thing very clearly.
Yeah, I'm just going ahead and trying to make a killing blow on this thing.
Go for it.
Alright, and that's another 16.
16's a hit.
Yep. And since I've got my comrades by me, gonna hit him with a sneak attack.
Go for it.
7, 13, 18.
18. All right. The firelight glinting off the torches is kind of off the shields, kind of dancing across its body. It seems kind of hypnotized a little bit, trying to turn to see who you get. It looks at you. The blade catches across its face, travels down its throat. Blood starts pouring from this vicious-looking wound. You hit it hard. You hit it good. It starts to get a little wobbly, like it's on its last legs. You got anything else? All right. You staying there? Ina, you're up.
I'm gonna swing at it again
All right.
with my warhammer. Ooh. I'm not gonna make it. A 9.
9. As the blood's pouring out, you kind of uppercut with your warhammer. You slip a little bit, narrowly missing it. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay. You're up.
It can go to hell. 16.
16's a hit.
And for 5.
5 damage. All right. Ina slams up with the warhammer. It kind of dodges out a little bit as she slips back. You take the opportunity, jam your weapon up into its rib cage. Blood starts pouring down the handle. You rip it out. It turns to face you. You pick your shield up. The torchlight reflects out of your shield. It sees its own gaze. It starts to slowly turns to stone and collapses on the ground in front of you. Dead as fuck.
I'm going to, for good measure, I just want to try and, like, use my shield and, like, smash its head off. Just for good measure, since it's stone.
Yeah, easy enough. It breaks into, like, 5 or 6 giant stone chunks. One of them kind of semi-flat, with just the eye socket and the formerly dangling eye. So, at this moment, everything calms down. The blood's still pumping loudly in your ears. As your adrenaline subsides, glancing around for danger, torchlight flickering off of all the stalagmites. You hear the soft pedaling of mud as you adjust your feet. You barely see the outline of Lycus to the south of you. The orange light reflecting off of a starkly pale statue.
That seems to glow with an ethereal, innate just beauty.
Yes, focused mostly on the crotch area, but yes.
Yes, the golden codpiece.
Euron would like to Euron's going to walk around and go up to Sionis and no. I mean, she can't do anything, but she's going to kind of make sure, like, okay, he's not changing back. He's not changing back. Just poking his shoulder.
As you touch him, seems to be made of a very natural, crenellated stone. I mean, it almost appears to be an exquisite statue replica of Lycus. Everything on him and about him has also turned to stone. All of his belongings. And he's looking out with a slight grin on his face as though he knew what was coming and wanted to look good. He is cold. Condensation from the humidity of the chamber starts to collect on his form in various places.
Euron, what do we do?
Well, first off, I go into my bag and hand Euron one of the healing potions and like, drink this. You need this.
Euron has 4 hit points for the record.
Now you're gonna have more.
Yeah,
Euron looks fucked up.
Yeah.
Is what it is, what that translates to.
Yeah, Euron's definitely going to take a healing potion. I can never remember how much that is. Is that a D8?
2d4 plus 2.
2d4 plus 2. Okay. I don't normally get to roll these. That did not do very well. That's 5 more hit points.
There you
go. It looks a little less fucked up, but not much more. But no, she's just looking at it and say, I don't really know. Anything I've ever managed to change into stone stays that way. I'm sure there's magic, something to heal it, but
maybe one of the guys we brought up here would know something?
With luck, I think so, yes.
So...
Now, here's the fun part.
Dragging him out?
Yes, I was going to say, we have to swim back. Who's going to be able to carry him and swim? Or maybe we can tag team it, maybe?
I mean, we just waited over here.
I suppose. Alright. I know you grab his arms, I'll grab his legs.
Okay. We can,
I'll support.
yeah, just tie him to me, I suppose, and I'll do my best to get him up to the surface again.
Lycus, with your body and your equipment, what is your total weight?
Let me see. Inventory, equipment. No, that's money. 81 pounds.
Is that just your equipment? I think it's just your equipment, isn't it?
No, it says weight carried 81 pounds. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
How much are you?
I am a slim, like.
How dare you ask him how much he weighs?
You never ask a satyr how much he weighs. I put 100, so 180.
Okay.
In total.
Okay. So you're gonna try and move him, Ina?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to move him.
Okay.
Although it doesn't make sense. Why would it be 80?
What is your push pull carry?
5'10".
Okay. As you start to grab under his arms and try to pull, doesn't move.
I'd like to
Are you telling me he's too heavy for me to move?
I'm telling you right now, based on a very, very intuitive sense you have of weights and moving stuff because you're so strong, he feels like he weighs, you said 180, right?
Yeah. I mean, apparently a bedroll weighs 7 pounds and torches weigh 10 pounds each.
Yeah, they do.
I didn't know that. But yeah.
Double check to make sure that I'm not lying to you, and I am not.
He weighs like a ton,
he
doesn't
weighs 1,800 pounds.
He weighs almost a ton.
Well, there's no way we can do it then. He's gonna have to stay here or we break him into pieces.
No.
No!
If the stone broke easily under your own shield.
Yes, but please, imagine this. It will break if I hit it. But that means we bring him back. Say say I lop him off at the knees. That does mean he has nothing under his knees when we turn him back to Satyr.
They might be able to catch him up.
Regenerate 2 limbs?
Well, if we bring all the pieces,
I
we just set 'em
appreciate the thought
together.
process, but I don't think that's going to work.
Well, it's either that and we have half a Lycus, or we have a 0 Lycus, because we can't do it.
I'd like to try, for the sake of it, I want to try and rack my brains, think. And
Okay, but
do
just
insight
remember,
roll.
there are 2 more basilisks that we know of that chill up in here that we have not seen yet. So, Ina's not, like, chilling here. So,
Yeah. So she's
like,
this is why Euron's trying to think and see.
you have until my torch finishes burning down, and then we're going.
Guys,
hello?
maybe we should just go outside of the cave, because we know he's going to be safe just here, because not like he's going to be moving.
Well, if they knock into him, though, he's gonna break.
That's a 12. I was trying to roll insight to see if I could think of anything that would help here. And I got a 12.
Okay. You've heard mention of various alchemical components and magics that can restore someone from this type of a state. Since you were interested because of your own abilities, the type and the ability to do those things is beyond your comprehension, though.
You don't suppose maybe Theracles might know someone?
Yeah. She's gonna pat Stone Lycus' shoulder and just be like, we will try and fix you up. We'll try. Let's see if we can find someone. That.
In spirit, I've tapped your hand back and say, I know.
Right. Then let's get the hell out of Dodge and see if we can find someone that can turn Lycus back.
Let's see. Checking something real quick. Alright, so y'all are gonna leave the cave?
Yeah.
Where was... Looking on your character sheet real quick. Okay. Alright, so as you walk out of the cave, I was just making sure that push pull drag was right because I didn't want you guys to accidentally get screwed, but it is 510. You're 100% accurate. I didn't understand it myself, so here we go. So you make your way out of the muck, the torchlight dimly illuminating Lycus until he's no longer within your view. Following your tracks largely, you make your way back out of the cave. You get to the very edge where the water meets the underwater passage again. Y'all are going to go through as before, I assume, so who's going to go first?
I'll go first.
Ina goes through first, and then who's following Ina? Okay.
I can.
And Sinus. Alright, so...
Yeah, I'm just back.
Okay. Ina submerges, holds her breath, comes back up. The brightness of the light filtering through the water kind of temporarily stuns you as you make your way out from the underwater cave. You surface, glancing around. You don't see any of the scouts that were on guard. You do see about 15 feet up the shoreline a large pile of stone that was not there before, and just behind it a very, very large purplish gray basilisk corpse. In various spots around on the beach there are bloodstains, and there's a shield lying on the side, and they seem to have traveled off up the hill further to the north and away opposite of whence you came, away from Astoria. So, as the other two come up, water drenching their faces, glance around, you all see a similar thing. Make your way onto shore, I'm assuming. Scene is yours. The sun's pretty high in the sky now. Probably late morning, maybe noonish.
Is there any sign of life around here? Anything? Any sign of, like the scouts?
There's a few birds. There is a pile of rubble that looks eerily familiar to the same composition that Lycus was in when you last saw him. But no living creatures besides the birds off in the distance flying from east to west.
Then I will make my way to town.
Damn it, I told Karina I'd bring her father back, alright. Did the bloodstains kind of go in any particular direction? Or?
There's a relatively cognizant trail of them heading kind of over the hill towards the north, away from town. Yes.
Damn it, I don't want to split the party and go investigate. Did any of the stone chunks happen to have a face?
You can go investigate if you like.
I'd like to quickly go investigate.
Okay, so Ina starts walking in the direction of Astoria. Euron glances around, sees that, scurries over, takes a quick look, kind of lightly and respectfully picking through the rubble. Sinus, what are you doing?
I kind of just look up to the sky and I'm like, oh, you bitch.
That's an 18.
18. Okay, so yeah, you notice after you pick one relatively large piece of what used to be an arm out of the way, you see the side of a face, and what you recognize is this individual, one of the normal Astorian scouts. He had a cauliflower ear from some previous fight, and you see that clearly preserved in the stone that remains. It was one of the scouts that traveled with you.
Shit. I don't happen to see Theracles' face among the chunks, do I?
No, it seems to be just one individual.
Okay, thank God.
And most of him.
Okay, that's... I don't know if that's good or not. I'll just kind of head back over to the group and just go, one of the scouts.
He died with honor. There is no sense mourning his passing. Let us make priority to save the living.
Yes. See if we can see, maybe perhaps on our way around, and well, they're back. See what happened to the rest of them. There was only one scout made of rubble there. Hope they're not rubble in the other basilisk's belly.
I'm just making my way towards the city.
I knew it! I knew
Make
it!
my way downtown. I saw him. I couldn't help it.
I could hear
Especially like the jig. All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's going to be traveling a normal pace. It'll be about an hour back to Astoria. Is there anything that y'all need to do or discuss while you are traveling? And who is going to keep an eye out, if anybody? Or are you just kind of moseying?
I'll keep an eye out, but whenever we're actually walking back to town, I'm like, guys, we've got to figure out like how to unstone Lycus.
I know that... I don't know specifically, but there are spells that can turn people back. I don't know what the spell is, but...
Hopefully somebody will know.
Play someone, yeah. And if Julia, if you just said something, you were muted. No, okay. If we see the last one, because there was 2 in the cave, there was that dead one we just walked by, and then there was a blood trail heading away. So if we run into that 4th one, I want to test. I have something I want to test, just for future reference.
What'd you have in mind?
Medusa, well, I guess, actually wait, no, it would have answered the question. I have a mirror with me. Next time we run into one, I can try and see if we can turn its gaze on itself.
Isn't that how you killed the last one? It saw its gaze in your sword?
Yes, so I think I do have a mirror with me, so that can kind of help. But yeah.
I mean, it's worth a shot, but if we can't get that to work, we need to take it out.
Yes. And make sure whoever is holding the mirror to do it, I'm sure I can, but I just need to make sure I don't look into it at the same time. I mean, it won't turn me instantly, but I don't think the curse is quite that bad, but it's probably not the best idea. We didn't happen to see any healers in town or anything like that, did we?
There was all sorts of street vendors. No one dedicated. The closest thing to a cleric would have been Aesop. tending to the dragon shrine. There are people that claim to have healing powers, but, you know, there are charlatans about as well. So, once you get there, you're welcome to look around. So, as you're traveling, the wind picks up from the northwest, and you see thick gray clouds start to form over the horizon, slowly making their way, marching across the sky in the same direction you're headed. After about an hour, you see the walls of Astoria rise up from the cliff face along the river Arcanum. You see off to your right in the distance various roving bands of centaur, some of them with a large cyclops, giant clubs, kind of rolling back and forth that side of the river. You make your way either through the gate or go back down by the stone. Come into town. The mood and the scene are very much as you left it. People tense. Sky growing a little bit darker as those clouds start to roll in. The wind even funneling through the streets and all the marble columns and palisades around you. What'd you like to do?
I'm gonna stop back in at the tavern. Check in with Kira.
Okay. Anybody else? Everybody doing that?
I want to approach some guards and politely request that they take me to, or point me in the direction of, like, their most powerful magic user.
All right.
I'm heading to the temple where Aesop is.
Okay.
Maybe before we all split, just kind of go meet back here in shortly. Okay.
All right. So, Cyanus, you walk into the Dragon's Tooth Inn. You see Kira sitting there with Lorius, and Karina and Petraeus have made their way as well. They're all kind of sitting around a table, talking over some cups of wine. There's a couple other patrons, a couple of the doors from the copper mines, and then Delphion, obviously, back there tending the bar. There's a little small fire going in the corner, not enough to produce any warmth, more light than anything.
Hey Kira, can I talk to you over here for a minute?
Oh, of course, Cyanus. Oh, is something the matter?
Well, alright. So, you know how we went to go deal with the whole basilisk thing?
Yes, quite vividly.
Well, we took out 2 of them. Another one's dead. There's one more up there, but
Oh. 3 out of 4 isn't bad.
there's an issue. We also have 3 out of 4.
What happened?
We need some help. Lycus got turned into a stone.
He what? See, Lorius crept up behind you. What do you mean he got turned into stone? What? Where is he? What happened? He grabs you on your shoulders and starts shaking you. Well, why did you leave him there?
There was no way we could have brought him back. At least I know he's up there in that cave, in a safe area. So we know where he is.
Kira kind of gently pulls him off of you, and his grip's like holding you tight as he gets lowered into his seat, and she kind of takes her into his bosom and just kind of like starts patting the back of his hair. All right, so it's all right. It's all right. He's in a cave. and he's petrified by a basilisk.
Yeah. And before we even went up there, we were looking around. We were trying to find some, like, measures to stop that from possibly happening. But the city, for some fucking reason, is completely empty.
That'll happen in a crisis. Everybody stocks up. Kind of like toilet paper.
God.
No!
God.
It took me a
Joe.
week to find toilet paper! A week!
Hey, you're not here, Euron. You have toilet paper.
This isn't Euron!
I may be able to call in a few favors. Are you going to be here? Where are you going to be? How long are you going to be? Where can we meet? I can travel much faster on my own.
We're all meeting back up here, but they went off to go see if they can find any possible help too. So.
All right. I'll you just take care of him. And she kind of gently pushes Loris towards you, and he kind of turns and starts crying into your shoulder. He's kind of like heaving more than anything now. I'll be back very quickly, I assure you. Just tell everybody to stay here. And
Yeah.
she grabs her bag and slings it over her shoulder and walks out very, very fast. Doors almost kind of fly open as she slams through and darts off. Anything else while you're in the tavern? I can't believe you left him. What's gonna happen to Lycus?
Get some
look at
wine.
me. Do you think I could carry that thing?
They abandoned me
I would have carried him to the ends of the earth.
to the
Yeah,
ends of the
sure you
earth,
could've.
or Faerun, wherever we're actually at.
Scene. Okay, so, I know you're on. Doesn't matter. Who wants to go?
I'll go.
Okay. So you go up to, you find the nearest sentinel, for lack of a better term, standing there kind of watching over the Agora, which is largely empty, but it's his duty place. Sees you coming, he kind of salutes. Ina, warrior goddess, hero of the prophecy. What can I do for you?
Warrior goddess.
Oh, that's what the boys are calling you. I didn't want you to hit me.
I need to be taken to your most powerful magic user.
Magic. Ooh. We don't have any in the guard, but I know a guy who knows a guy.
Okay, take me to the guy that guy knows.
Okay, but then the other guy knows a girl whose cousin. Look, let's just go.
Yes.
Okay. Starts walking. People are kind of moving out of your way as you see this guard, like, taking up larger than life the center of the streets, and you behind a towering figure. And before long, you catch up. To Euron. She seems to have kind of lost her way a little bit, getting confused in a slightly unfamiliar place, and you catch up right as y'all are both approaching the Dragon Shrine. There's a very wise individual named Aesop in here. I heard you may have known him, but I didn't want to just go spreading his business around because people are always asking for magic this and favors, and anyway.
That's very prudent.
Oh, thank you. I think so too. Humbly. What else may I be of service, warrior goddess?
That would be it.
That's it. Okay, I will return to my post. Fare thee well.
You have my thanks.
He turns and walks, and you hear his steps clunk, 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 very steady, and then kind of like a little skip, padding off down the street. So you and Euron standing in front of the Dragon Shrine. The large copper dome on top. Picture of, you get the deal. I can't talk right now. Brain fart. So, I'm assuming you enter. Would you like to talk about anything first?
I would just like greet her, be like, oh, okay. All paths lead to Aesop's building.
Seems so.
Let's go see what he has to say.
If he asks, maybe quickly. If he asks, I'll give him the horn back. If he doesn't, I'm holding on to it.
If he asks, we can have a conversation.
Uh-huh.
If he doesn't ask, we don't need to say anything.
Right. Well, after you, my lady.
I will enter. Hold the door open for Euron behind me.
All right. So, you enter the Dragon Shrine, large hall, several acolytes sitting around. Aesop is over on the table, tending to some type of ritual. The door opens. Several of the acolytes turn to look at you. After a second of completing his incantation, the candles seem to slightly dim around him, and he looks up at you, and a smile kind of grows upon his face. His slightly elvish ears kind of twitch a little bit. My friends, I'm so overjoyed to see you. I had heard you had come back to town, but then when I went looking for you, you were gone already. Thought you may have forgotten about me.
Oh, we have been off on other business.
We actually need your help. Badly.
Desperately.
Or perhaps you might know someone.
All right.
I guess I'll just cut to the chase. I see you know some magic. Do you happen to know any spell that can return a living being to his normal form after having been turned to stone by a basilisk?
Josh is fucking me up so bad.
Josh!
I do. I can't do it often because it's so taxing, but I can.
I beg of you, our friend, do you remember one of the satyrs, not the quiet one, the other one?
Yes, the handsome one.
Yes. I suppose, I don't know, but him. We tried to engage the basilisks, and he paid the price in the process. Might you come with us and try and restore him back?
Sounds like he acted heroically. Yes, I need a few moments to gather my things and make some arrangements, but that should be no problem at all.
Thank you.
Yes, of course, it's my pleasure. Just is there anything else before I prepare?
Bring wine.
You hear a little birdie in your ears. All right, one moment. He scurries off, talks to a couple of acolytes, hands them a couple of partners from a room in the back. He comes back out with a really small traveling, more of like a burlap satchel than anything, slung from one shoulder down across his body with a piece of twine, like a rope twine. He dons this kind of odd-looking hat. It's kind of more stylish than the rest of his normal clerical garb. But he kind of fixes it a couple of seconds, and as he talks to you, he fixes it every couple of seconds, trying to get to sit right on his head. He looks up.
Euron reaches over and just tips it back just slightly, and that makes it sit in place.
Perfect. Much better. All right. I'm ready when you are. Where are we going?
The caves past the Rock of Estor.
All right. Lead the way, please.
All right. Euron will hold the door this time for everyone to go past.
Very kind.
Bye. Bye.
All right, so you make your way back down the streets of Astoria. Everywhere you go, these massive marble overpasses and the buildings are just shadowing and reflecting the light. It's a beautiful day, aside from the wind and the storms that are starting to blow in. You make your way back to the Dragon Tooth.
Well, we need to go pick up Cyanus.
Yeah, these
So,
are the Dragon's
yes.
Tooth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just. Hop in the car, loser.
I mean,
Get in, loser. We're going hunting.
kind of. Fuck you.
You're welcome.
All right. But guys, Kira went to go see if she might be able to get us some help.
Well, we got it.
We can wait a couple minutes. I think we have just enough time for that. But I know, don't look at me like that, Ina.
My hooves are like stamping in the ground, super impatient.
I'm just gonna take out one of my scrolls and just like scrawl like a super quick note, like went to cave,
Found Aesop.
went to cave, found Aesop, BRB, and then I'll take my dagger and just like stab it into like the tavern door.
At some point, I don't know about you, but I desperately need to rest. So if at any point we need to sit and wait, I'm more than happy to. But
Okay. How long are y'all waiting for Kira, if at all?
how long does it take to get back to the rock from the
About
tavern?
an hour.
All right.
And it's already afternoon now.
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
Slightly past noon.
Then, all right. Ina, may I pretty please ride on your back so that I may try and recover a little bit of what that fight took out of me?
Everybody does get one.
All right.
I will do.
Yes, if that means we can leave now, you may.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. Duran kind of tries to sit in whatever position puts the least kind of strain on Ina, if possible. And
Oh, I'm strong. It's all good.
side saddle.
Alright. You got it. So, Euron hops on Ina, Aesop, Cyanus, Ina, and Euron leave a story to make their way back up to the cave where Lycus is a statue. That's where we're going to take a break. So, 9:26, we'll call it 9. I like 5s. You guys okay with 9:35? Can we do 9:35? Everybody's good with that? All right. So, everybody, thanks for hanging out. Hope you're having a great time. We'll be back in 10 minutes. Do what you got to do to be comfortable. Get some snacks. Get cozy. We'll see you then. All right, yes, Lycus is handsome. God, he's a handsome satyr. He's a handsome motherfucker. All right, so
Someone might even say he has chiseled good looks.
chiseled's a good word.
Sculpted.
My people, you know me so well, is what I would say.
By the way, every time that Lycus has bragged tonight so far, that has increased the DC of restoring him by 1, just so everybody knows.
At this point, we're going to need
My
a
dice
nat
don't
20.
count that high.
I was about to say, is there a dice that high?
Yeah, we can always roll a
Dice and a
D100.
miracle of God.
All right, so we're back. I probably shouldn't clap in the microphone. Sorry. All right, coming back in. You travel without issue the hour back towards the basilisk cave. Euron riding on Ina's back. Cyanus keeping pace with Aesop just behind. You make it there. You show Aesop the underwater entrance. He seems slightly frazzled, but doesn't say anything. Just kind of pinches his nose and slides in. You emerge back inside the cave. Darkness all around you.
Do you want to light a torch, or just everyone hang on to me?
Light it up.
Do you have a torch? Because I only had the one.
Oh,
Yeah,
son
I
of a
do.
bitch.
I'm pretty sure I do.
I have a tinderbox, but no torch. So. I was buying things at the beginning, not a pack.
Y'all are gonna like Mr. Potato Head together a torch here.
I've got a candle.
All right, so torch is lit. Okay. Orange light spreads out around you. You proceed into the cave. Aesop's having some trouble kind of following. He seems exhausted, not used to traveling this much at once.
Euron's gonna hold on. Let me double check how much I can carry. Because at this point, she might just piggyback ride him, like
He's-
put him on.
He's really light. You can grab him.
Yeah, no, she's just gonna stop and just put him on her back and just start walking.
So make your way through the mud back into the cavern where you find Lycus, thankfully still intact, although by this point you see that from the knees down he has sunk deep into the mud.
Oh, that you say I was gonna be fucking chewed on from the knees down, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, I'm an asshole DM. Let's just remind me of that when I'm about to unpetrify you. Potentially unpetrify you.
Euron's gonna gently kind of set Aesop down next to Lycus.
He goes over there. He kind of runs his hands. Yes, I have seen this before. This will take a few minutes.
Right,
Is
hold on just 1 second. I need to
is
do
it safe?
something. Just should still be safe. Just let me do one thing for shits and gigs.
All right.
Euron's gonna just scoop up a big handful of mud and just pull up it right on top of Lycus's head. And then take a little bit more and like doodle a mustache and glasses on him. And then just shake off her hand and just be like, all right, we're good now.
Okay. All right. So he starts digging in his bag. He pulls
Yeah.
out. Go ahead.
And then otherwise she's gonna turn around and just keep an eye out.
Okay. Give me a perception check. With disadvantage.
Oh, fun.
Pulls out a candle, pulls out a couple of vials and mixes them together, puts some herbs in there, heats it up over the candle. He kind of pours some of his hands, starts rubbing it. It's kind of like in a large bowl. And you hear him muttering these strange words as he, like, slowly from head to toe goes over all portions of Lycus's body. I got you. As he works his way down, once he gets down to about the chest, you see the stone on Lycus's head start to kind of crack and pieces start to fall off, and you see normal colored skin beneath. And over the course of 3 or 4 minutes, he makes his way all the way down, coating him in this glistening oil, the stone surface reflecting the oily firelight, and Lycus slowly sheds all of his now stone skin and regains consciousness. Covered in mud. Aesop stands back as he starts to kind of get his bearings. You're muted. It seems like he can't talk. Sometimes there is side effects.
I look at the old man. I look left. I go, Euron, you saved me! And I just give her a big smooch.
Euron's just gonna, before he gets there, she's just gonna put her hand right there. Just gonna shove him away. It's like
Did you see
married.
it? Did you see it? Was that not awesome?
You turning to stone? What?
Was I the coolest looking statue ever? Was that not epic?
I've seen better.
Yeah, you should see the ones that they have in Metros.
You weren't terrible, darling.
Whatever. What? I start tasting my mustache at this point. What the hell is... What is that rancid flavor?
Mud facial. It'll do wonders for your pores.
Mud facial? What? I don't get mud facials. What is...
You did now. Courtesy of the Basilisk Cave, which we should now exit.
Oh my god. Oh, is it in my hair?
Hey, look.
Oh.
You know,
Yeah,
when we go
hey.
through the water, it'll
Conditioning
it'll come right
treatment.
off.
Lycus, look at it this way. Doing this is going to make you really presentable for your boyfriend back at the tavern.
Lorius?
Yeah, he was super, super torn up about you.
Did you bring
being
him?
with
Did you
this.
bring him? Lorius?
No.
I know that son of a bitch would have brought me a fresh comb, nice outfit, maybe even a bottle of perfume. Because he cares. Thank you. He
Lycus.
cares. Do you see this?
Lycus, he's half in love with you, and you're using him as a servant.
Absolutely not.
Then what are you doing?
Nurturing a relationship.
By using him as a servant. I'm just gonna look at Aesop and just go, I'm so sorry, but thank you.
Nurturing a relationship. We have yet to see where it goes. Thank you very much for saving me, everybody. I have proudly done my job as heroically as possible to be bait for that dangerous creature. And I see that it worked splendid as you are all standing here before me.
Whatever
in
you say,
victory.
Statue Boy.
I sacrificed myself.
There's still one out there.
Wait, you didn't fucking kill them all? What the hell? I'm not doing that shit again.
Come on, we'll talk to you about it on our way out. Come on, let's just get out of here.
Yeah. Dancing lights.
Illuminate the entire cavern.
And I walk in the middle of every fucking person, just looking down.
I'll carry Aesop on my back now that it's free. And I'm sure he's exhausted from that
Hey,
expenditure.
how long have I been out? How long till What's Your Nuts gets pretty girl, daughter girl?
I mean,
It's
it's only
early
been
afternoon.
like 2 hours. 2-3
Oh.
hours.
So it's just a little cat nap. Okay.
Do you want to ride on my back, Lycus?
Oh, my legs are so weak. Absolutely.
If you do anything untoward, I'm fucking dropping you.
I would never take advantage of this situation.
Bullshit. Promised me.
Of course, I absolutely promise you, I will not take advantage of you.
Yeah, we'll keep that in mind.
Right. When we get out of the cave.
You,
Come on.
my friend. And I humbly hop on.
We're about to dive into the water, so as soon as Euron gets up to the water, she's just gonna throw him in.
You got it.
And I start humming underwater. I can show you the world.
You make your way back. You make your way back out of the cave through the muck. You all enter the water one by one. Aesop again, kind of like it holds on to around Ina's neck as you go underwater. Euron gets up, like it goes straight into the drink, scrambles about for a bit, and then makes his way through the tunnel. One by one, you all surface. Look around, get your bearings, proceed onto shore. Except Lycus. As you come out of the dark underwater tunnel, the light from the sun reflecting, throwing dazzling rays into the water around you.
Mm-hmm.
You glance up at the surface, and as you start swimming toward it, it feels momentarily as though it moves further away. And as you stroke again,
I'm
further
stroking,
away,
I'm riding her.
she threw you off.
No, that
Are
was
you hanging on to me underwater?
in her head. She threw me off. We've been holding on though this whole time, haven't we?
No, you haven't.
No, she
Oh.
fucking threw you into the water.
I'm
So,
hurt.
as you're swimming, it's further away, and you hear
Oh,
from behind you in the water, Lycus. Lycus. I see
Yes.
you now.
Yes, Satan.
And then whoosh, you surface out of nowhere, water splashing around, glancing around bewilderedly.
I rack my brain. Have I slept with anybody with that voice?
Give me a history check. With disadvantage. It's a lot of information to go through.
You have. We're going back. Like, yeah. All right. Disadvantage history. Here we go. Coming at you. How does a 20 sound?
Not 20?
Sounds amazing.
Well, nat 20 doesn't matter on ability checks, but 20, yeah.
Doesn't matter.
No, nat 20 matters because I've got a friend donating stuff in correspondence.
Oh, yes, that was a nat 20. Absolutely, that was a nat 20.
Every roll's a nat 20, even the enemies.
No, that was a nat 20. So yes, that fucking matters
awesome.
now. Congratulations,
He's treading water and looking at your friends, kind of staring around, rack your brain for a second.
I haven't slept with her.
You don't recognize his voice.
What the fuck? That's
Are you
unusual.
alright?
I look at you and I look at Euron and no, I'm not. And like that jovial, weird, like excitement is just like gone, replaced by absolute like confusion racking my face right now.
What happened?
Did y'all hear that underwater?
Hear what?
That female voice? By this time, I'm kind of like back stroking a little bit, and I'm just. Y'all didn't hear her?
What did she say? Did she say anything?
I see you now.
No, nothing.
That's strange.
Religion-wise, are there any female deities connected to the water? Like anything that...
so it'd be like, that's Poseidon talking to you, kind of thing?
No.
Deity of... I don't know. I don't know. It must be residual from the stone. It must be. I must be rattled.
And it didn't sound like that nightmare we had, did it?
Did it sound like that nightmare we had?
You do not recognize the voice.
Was it, I see you now? Or was it, I see you now? Or, I see you now? You know, like, what are we talking inflections here?
I delivered it. Take it as you will.
Okay. That's what I wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
I'm trying to milk this for as much as I can, but that's it. Okay.
Nobody.
Well, you know, if it's like a siren, I see you now. But like, oh girl, I don't see you yet. Know what I'm saying? All right. Yeah, I'm just gonna shake it off and be like, I don't know, guys. It must be returning from stone. It's just doing things to me.
If you hear it again, tell us.
Yeah. No, definitely, I will. Let's go get this basilisk. Try to shake it off and get back to my normal self. Let's go. I want to hear all about the fight, please. I want to know what happened after I, unfortunately, sacrificed myself. Please do tell.
Aesop, can you make it back all right?
Like, by myself? With the centaur and the cyclops and the
It's either
beasts?
that or you come with us for basilisk hunting, my darling. Which would you... Or sit around here and wait. Which option would you like to take?
I have faith in you. I'd rather be with you.
Alright.
Good choice.
I think so too. So y'all are tracking the basilisk?
Yeah, and Julie had a really good point. Was my squirrel buddy with us this whole time?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna quickly pat behind it like, is he still okay? Is he still okay?
I mean, he's damp, he's frazzled, as he has been before. Once you left the old wood, once you got into the cave, and he got kind of out of his environment, he's a little more skittish and everything. He's not like throwing nuts at enemies and stuff anymore. He's just kind of hanging out, nestling up in your snakes. He seems to have made a little cubby back there, or he'll go into your satchel and things like that.
No one's gonna reach
he's
back and kind of give him
always there.
Give him just a scratch. Just be like, hope you're alright, buddy. There we go.
Like nuzzling up on you. You feel the wet fur dragging down your face. So,
let's go hunting.
who's tracking?
I'll track. I'll attempt to track.
I
Okay.
brush my hair while she's tracking.
Brushing your hair. Got it.
No, just try to-
I'll try helping her track.
Okay. Survival check with advantage, please.
Dirty 20.
All right. It's relatively easy to follow the trail. It seemed like whatever scouts were left in this basilisk were going at it over a distance. Mixture of blood and like places bodies fell and footsteps. You track it for about a quarter mile or so. It goes over the hill. There's a sharp kind of cliff there. It wraps around, and you see up against the windward side of the cliff, many seeds and things like that have fallen there over time. So there's a lot of brush and tree. You see lying halfway out of a large bush, kind of shadowed with the tree hanging over it, what appears to be the corpse of a basilisk.
Is it different than the one we saw earlier? I'm not sure. Just making sure.
Yeah, so you're a quarter mile away now.
Okay, just making sure.
Is that all I see? I don't see corpses from anything else.
So far, no. You can kind of tell from this distance as you came around the corner. It's probably 100 feet or so away, but you can see it pretty clearly there because it's pretty large, and kind of obvious, unique appearance. But you can see like some branches have come off the tree and things like that. So obviously a struggle took place there. That's all you can see from this perspective and angle. Yeah.
Okay. I'll kind of quicken my gait to get there quicker. Be like, I think it's this way, guys. Or no, I'm sorry. Ina knows it's this way, guys.
Ina kind of speeds up. You get there. You see
Euron's jogging after.
You see what, as you round the corner, get around the bush, the head of the basilisk comes into sight. Is like flattened down. These really thick, flowery bushes. Its tongue is hanging out one side, but it looks like something else is hanging out the other side. And as you get closer inspection, appears to be what remains of a leg. The front, the upper part by its jaw is normal, and then about 6 inches or so, and the rest of it down is still stone. Give me a perception check.
Who?
She's the one who's closest, I'm assuming. So her, obviously, she can do it with advantage if everybody's looking around.
Euron would be hauling ass behind, but that's about it.
I rolled a 19.
Okay. From up closer to the cliff, about 10 feet further away down the cliffside, you hear kind of a coughing sound and some sounds of movement, like branches and leaves rustling.
Okay, I'll motion, like, I'll point in that direction and be like, you're on, I think something's over there.
Euron's grabbing the healing kit, her healing kit out of her bag and just hauling ass in that direction.
Rush over there. You see Theracles and the other scout. They are both very bloody. Quick glance, you can tell that Theracles has some type of a torso wound on his left side. His left arm is scraped up, and he has a thick bandage tightly wrapped around his wrist with no hand.
Mm.
The other scout, he has he's kind of just bloody all over. It's hard to tell. He has a lot of scrapes on his torso, like maybe he fell and got mauled up. They both seem to be breathing. not exactly lucid, kind of slipping in and out of it.
Yoron's instantly just going to drop to her knees and kind of just... Which one looks worse? Is it possible that one looks worse than the other?
Give me a medicine check.
Alright, please God. Okay. God damn it, you rolled over. That is a 6.
6. They're both a bloody mess.
Okay.
They both seem to be
So the
coming in
scouts...
and out of consciousness. They both seem to be, every now and then they'll kind of shake, seize up a little bit.
Euron's going to start on the scout because there's a big artery in the leg.
Okay.
And he's going to get the healer's kit and just go, "You beautiful bastards, well done," and try and, see what she can do to tie off the leg and stop any wounds. So
I'm gonna run over and assist her with the medicine kit I got. I pull it out of my bag. Just go straight in.
you get him, I'll get this one.
Gotcha. I
Okay.
go to full medic mode.
While they're patching them up, I'm gonna try asking them like if they know where it went.
That's
Nowhere went.
10.
Oh, come on.
It's okay, Cyanus.
So the scout gets
Oh, look, I've been up since like 1 this morning.
That's all right, buddy.
the
gets
scout
what?
gets 10 hit points back.
Okay. And Lycus for Theracles.
It's a d6, right?
Yeah, plus
Do
some
it's
levels.
D6 plus 4? What was the plus?
It's- we'll just go with +4, plus
Yeah.
level right now. So
Yep.
just tell me what you
So-
roll.
I rolled a 4.
Okay.
So 8.
All right. You patch them up. You stop the majority of the wounding. You kind of tend mostly to Theracles' wrist. It was starting to soak through, it's still bleeding, so you kind of tightened it up a little bit, patched up the gash on his left side. Everything else looks largely superficial, although he seems to have lost a lot of blood after you stopped the majority of the bleeding on Theracles, and Euron after you tended to the scout's wounds in a very similar way. Patch them up pretty good in your healer's kit. You take out some of those quick awake herbs, shove them under their noses, and
Euron's just sort of cupping the scout's face and just like, easy, easy, easy. Just keep breathing, alright? You got it. You got it.
I'm just staring over mines like,
he popped up too. They both popped up the same way.
"Hey, champ. Good job."
Oh,
Oh yeah, it's gonna leave a mark.
The next couple of minutes, it's just kind of comforting, talking. They're wincing and kind of pulling themselves together. A lot of heaving and some whimpering from the scout.
Euron just kind of reaches and, oh wait, no, Aesop's right there. Never mind. I was about to say, pour him some wine, but Lycus, you got any to go around?
Yes. I have an emergency flask. Hold on. Oh, and I'll reach in my bag and pull out my emergency flask of wine. Not to be confused with my normal flask of wine, which is
course.
empty.
That's where he keeps the good stuff.
You give them some wine. They drink it very quickly, kind of pouring down their chins a little bit. Is it dead?
You got it.
Oh, fuck. And you're all alive. What about, are there any others?
You should rest. You should rest.
We have not seen any more.
All right. They kind of lay their heads back and breathing is shallow and rapid, but they're stable. They're conscious, resting.
Well, let's get you home.
I'm gonna go inspect the basilisk.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Okay. Give me, I guess, an investigation check. Are you looking for anything in particular?
I just want to make sure it's dead.
I don't know if its eyes work when it's dead.
Okay. All right. How would you like to test
Guess- I was about to say, guess how I'm about to test that.
that?
You just got back together. Actually, wait.
Alright.
If he's gonna try it, you're on my turn. Hold on. Better idea with that.
Oh, I ain't announcing it. I'm just straight up like, oh, look at that.
All right. So,
Yep.
you can tell quite obviously, Ina, that the basilisk is dead. Combination of gashes and wounds seems to have largely bled out. There's a pretty wicked one that kind of extends from its shoulder down to its rib cage, and looks like as it fell, the rib cage cracked, and maybe that punctured some organs. There's a lot of blood coming out of the hole. Was a lot of blood coming out of that hole. Nothing else really of note except for the third scout's leg. Lycus, you come around to the face and you kind of look in the eye, and it just stares back in yours. You find yourself entranced for a moment. But then you notice that, unlike in the cave, this basilisk's eye, instead of being yellow, is gray.
Stupid broken eye. I think I recall something about basilisk blood or marrow or something. Poison can be derived or something. What was it that people were talking about in the market?
Spinal fluid, maybe?
I didn't think that'd be one, but okay.
I'm running through my mental bestiary. Sorry.
Is there any kind of poison that can be derived from a basilisk or anything that I would know about?
So last session, I believe, we brought this up.
Yeah, that's why I'm bringing it. That's why it came to me.
Hashtag no chill. So some alchemists are known when they have a corpse of a basilisk, they can carefully extract the stomach juices, which are known to de-petrify.
Oh.
And as you recall this information, you notice that when it died, its stomach contents kind of regurgitated.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And the vomit that is on the leg has de-petrified that portion of the leg.
Oh. I will collect as much as I can with my vials, if possible, to see if it's salvageable. If not, I'll call it a loss, but
okay,
we're
so
trying.
By this
Aren't
point,
you so happy we used magic and not that on you?
Let's not go there. Money, honey.
the vomit, the residue is kind of largely soaked into the ground and stuff. You could, in theory, attempt to extract it by cutting it open.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I will cut
It
this
would take
open.
take you a while.
To cut the basilisk? With this weapon?
You can cut into it just fine, yes, but you have to get the stomach in the right place, in the right way.
I'll do
carefully.
it. I'll try it. If we have to go before I can finish, then we go before I finish.
Okay.
But I'm gonna roll up my sleeves, take my jacket off, lay it on a branch, roll my cuffs up, put my face mask on, and surgically begin. I'd be like, excuse me, Ina, I must investigate. And I have my jeweled scalpel, because, gotta look glamorous. And, it's okay.
I thought you were going to say it was made of, like, platinum and obsidian for a moment.
No, they got some gorgeous, like, emeralds and stuff, but most of it's fake. Just don't tell anybody. It's mostly glass, but man's got a dream. Yeah.
Okay.
During this entire time, and he's trying to just like carefully cut it out, I say to the group, like, hey guys, hypothetically, how mad do you think it would make them if we sacrificed one of these basilisks to Sydon?
Explain your reasoning behind this.
The creature, by sacrificing a creature that generally serves the Order of Sydon to Sydon. Is that what you're thinking?
She's tracking. Like, Sydon pretty much already had it set in motion, like, hey, I'm going to use these basilisks to kill Pythor's daughter. we went and killed the basilisks, what better way to tell him, pretty much to his face, hey, spoiled your plan, my guy.
Borderline blasphemous, I like your style. But my only comment, if he knows we foiled his plan right off the bat in such a dramatic fashion, he could potentially send more people against us when we're protecting her at night.
Well, I never said we had to do it now.
That also means we'll have to haul one of these back.
Hmm.
Or mark it in a very good spot so that after, once we hit dawn, when we will be very tired, we have to come back here and sacrifice it.
Fair. Alright.
I love the idea. Do not get me wrong, I love the idea so much. But later.
What if we had Theracles and the Scout do it? Because Sydon likes to use minions so that he's untouchable. Why can't we do the same?
Are they at earshot to hear us calling them minions?
I'm assuming you're far enough
I think they're
away.
out right now.
Yeah, I'm assuming you're far enough away and they're pretty
Yeah.
unconscious.
Okay.
Sleeping unconscious.
Okay, good. That's an option, but I don't think they're in very good condition to do that right now.
So are we leaving them here and going back, or what's the plan to get back to the city?
I'm carrying one of them back. That much I know.
Hmm.
Not the basilisk. No, not trying to carry that. But
So, two things. Either A, you can go back to the prison, grab Anora, and actually escort her up to the rock, or B, we can hang out near the rock and just basically stand guard all night.
well, either way, we need to go to the dungeon and tell her that we have a plan, and it involves her going to the rock and us being there. Need to kind of bring her up to speed on that. And also pick up the guards that hopefully Python might send with us. One or two.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we should escort her to the rock.
What time of day is it about?
It's afternoon.
Okay. Hopefully we have a moment to rest before we go in.
Yeah, we should be able to.
Let's start making our way back now then.
Neron's gonna go up to the scout that's missing a leg and kind of just shrug him sort of onto her back and find whatever is the most effective way to carry him. If it's carrying him like a lamb, like over her shoulders, that's how she's doing it. But
Okay.
And then I'm just gonna go up to Theracles and kind of like fireman carry him. Or, well, the one where it's like he's arm over my shoulder and basically just walking him out.
now, fireman carry is over like sack of potatoes.
Yeah, I mixed up the terms of mad.
We got it. Lycus, so it looks like the party is starting to head out. Go ahead and give me a sleight of hand check.
Sleight of hand.
Mm-hmm. It's the best way to simulate you manipulating your hands in a very dexterous way to remove this substance carefully, yet extremely quickly,
Okay.
compared to how much time you normally need.
That is a 19 plus. Where am I at? 4. So 23.
Okay. I
I'll
will
camera
say
that shit for you.
I believe you. But you
I
would be
know. I
rolling,
can't
you would be
believe
rolling
myself,
dice in order for it. All right. No. You see they're going, and you like really quickly go all House MD on this basilisk.
Hell yeah.
We'll say that because you rolled so well, you are able to get enough reagent to then go through the alchemical process later to make 1 dose of anti-paralysis ointment, basically, is what it is.
Excellent.
So, you begin walking back towards town.
Did we take his hand out of its mouth
His hand wasn't in his mouth.
or arm? Didn't.
That was
Leg.
So
Oh,
there was
leg.
one.
Leg. That's right. Okay.
There was one
I got it
scout that was
confused.
dead
Yeah.
by the cave.
Yeah.
There was another scout whose leg was in the basilisk. Then there was
Yeah.
a scout with Theracles and Theracles.
Did I find the hand inside the stomach?
Give me an investigation check. You got
Oh,
really good because you
God.
weren't looking for
I'm
it.
totally gonna bring this guy back his hand. Like I found this.
If it's the
That's
hand with his
7,
wedding ring on it,
7,
that would
8,
be
9,
like.
10, 11. 11. Or did I find
No,
the
if you
ring?
can't find a hand, please say he just finds like a wedding ring.
You found various medium-sized animal parts and a couple of human parts, but no hand.
All right.
And various states of digestion. So, as you make your way back, I need Euron and Cyanus to give me a Constitution check. Well, no, Cyanus, you're just kind of like limp holding him. You're not carrying him, right? Like the one arm thing.
Yeah, he's like walking beside me, basically.
Okay, you're on your carrying. Give me a Constitution check.
Shite. 5.
Okay. So carrying this individual over the course of 6 miles, you're gonna suffer 1 point of exhaustion, which is disadvantage on all ability checks. All right. So, about halfway there, you notice off to the west, where the various centaur bands are patrolling, 3 very, very large winged creatures. They kind of fly in from the distance and then turn parallel to where you're going and then fly up ahead in the direction of Astoria. Somebody give me... Who's keeping lookout?
I am.
Okay, perception check.
19.
Okay. These... You have seen sirens walking around in Astoria here and there. Relatively rare, but they're there. You know what sirens are. These
You
were
guys think that might have been
reminiscent... What's that?
You guys think that might have been Terran's people?
You've seen sirens, but these are similar to sirens, but not exactly. They have a large bird-like feet, a feathery torso over a humanoid shape down to the hips,
Fucking
and you couldn't
harpies.
really make out their face from this distance. They were probably a good half-mile away, kind of flying up in the air.
Would I know anything about what those are, or is a siren like my only frame of reference for something like that?
Give me a nature check. They're not all that uncommon. You may have learned something about them, you may not.
5.
You know enough to deduce that they are harpies. That's, you just kind of heard legends that are kind of mismatched in your fables.
Okay. So I'll like kind of look back at the party and be like, Harvey's up ahead, guys.
So they were kind of
Shit.
off in the distance, and they flew parallel to you for a while, and then they kind of sped ahead. They're not really anywhere near you. You just saw them headed towards Astoria.
Right, so they're going where we're going.
Lutheria's eyes, I think. She's, I remember my stories right. She's the one who first turned the sirens into harpies.
Well, they look to be headed to Astoria, so we may meet up with them.
I can gently pat the scout on that's over my shoulder and just go, "Where do you live?"
No.
Where do you live? Let's get you home.
Soldier District. Astoria.
Alright, we'll get you home.
So, proceeding on, as you start to get to the point where Astoria is in your view, Aesop strikes up a conversation with Lycus. So, Kira told me that you were able to find the horn at the temple.
Yes.
Did you?
It's in my bag. Sorry, I would have grabbed it,
Staring
but...
at Euron with daggers.
Did you drink from it?
Yes.
Are we supposed to? Damn it.
Well, that was what Kira said. That was the whole
Yes.
point, is one of your labors.
Yep.
Yes, we did. Sorry.
Did you get what you were looking for? Did it work?
In a manner of speaking.
We were told there need to be multiple iterations, but unfortunately we were unable to find the time for the second attempt. But we'll be back for that, of course.
I saw more clearly than I think in any of the others, but that's about it.
Yeah.
It seems to work when it wants to. I'm not really sure what drives it to do so.
I'll be happy to keep trying.
I'm sure you will, Lycus. Look, I must ask you something. I don't like doing a favor for a favor.
We'll be happy to hold on to it. Completely understandable.
Do you swear to?
Oh my god. Like, y'all actually see, like, a shock, like, yeah, absolutely.
You're asking us, just so I'm clear, you're asking us to hold on to the horn for safekeeping.
I would like you to swear an oath to bring it to Queen Valis of Mitros.
You're just instantly, like, her shoulders kind of settle, just like...
King Acastus is descended of the Dragon Lord Estor Archelander, and he believes that it is his place and right to resurrect the Dragon Lords and bring peace to the land and rule over everyone, but he is not worthy. I knew Adonis Nerdegon very, very well. King Acastus is not worthy. And there are rumors that he seeks to secure the horn for himself and claim it as a symbol of his right to resurrect the Dragon Lords in his own image.
Do I remember King Acastus being a little bitch? Being from Mitros?
He was very, very loved by his people.
That does not sound like the King Acastus I knew as I was growing up.
Everyone has their opinion. I've lived longer than most, long enough to know the original Dragon Lords, and see kings come and fall. I believe the horn...
Oh man, my god. You do not look it.
I just turned 650.
God damn, you don't look a day over 400.
You flatter me.
I'm being honest and not flattery.
Fuck that.
I believe the horn belongs with the goddess of wisdom. If any know who and what should wield it, it is her, not that petulant husband of hers. Would you do this? I beseech you.
It's a bit hard to get to Mitros at this point, but yes.
He looks to each of you.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You swear an oath,
Oh.
correct, Lycus?
Oh.
I know that smile. I've seen it on many over the years.
See, I'm under a lot of oaths right now.
Euron's gonna go for a moment maybe over and just poke Lycus very hard in the side.
You see, I don't do oaths voluntarily. I promise I'll guard her who oaths to protect it, but I don't oath, bro. The last one I had to get really drunk for. If she oaths to protect it, that'll be on her.
I swear.
We've already oathed the friendship pact.
Oath?
So oh, yeah.
I did not know that oath was a verb.
Yeah, we verb this shit. We oathed a friendship pact. So if she's gonna oath you protection with, or escort, then my oath guarantees her oath because I can't take it from her because she's guaranteed to keep it. See what I did there? So I'm already oathed to you. We're good.
I'm sure that makes sense the less I think about it. That's fine.
Perfect. Couldn't have thought
I
of a better
swear,
way.
we all swear to keep an eye on the horn, and Lycus swears to protect us while we do it.
Absolutely.
Well,
get him a little more drunk and he'll be more willing to agree.
I look over at Cyanus to make sure that chinky fucker's not pulling his knife out. Like, gonna start cutting more fucking hands. Like, no.
Right
I'm giving you some side eye.
Mm-hmm.
Well, tread carefully, heroes. Not only has King Macastus sworn to resurrect the Dragon Lords, but I've heard rumor that he already has several dragons under his command.
What?
And if he truly does wish to claim this horn...
Our best call would be to run, correct? If he sends a dragon after us?
I can't estimate your skill, but I do believe that if anyone should resurrect the Dragon Lords, it should be the Oracle's chosen ones, and I believe that Queen Valis would agree with me.
I'm sorry. I have to roll that back a little bit. You said somebody has dragons of their own?
It's a rumor coming from Mitros, is that King Acastus is commanding dragons.
Yeah? Huh.
How new of a development is this? Listen, Mitros.
Must be sudden, because I've only heard rumors, and I travel to Mitros twice a year at least.
How
I was there just over a year ago.
awesome would that be to have our own dragon? Could you imagine having your own dragon?
What I can't imagine is why we're taking it to the wife of the person who doesn't deserve it, who already has dragons under his command.
What is Valis like?
The goddess of wisdom?
Yes.
She is, as her
Obviously
name
not
implies,
wise if she's married to this punk.
You are
We must cast her
brave.
wisdom into skepticism. I mean, honestly, this makes no
know.
sense to Ina at all.
I know.
Hey,
You're
stop.
powerful. You're very powerful, and you are very brave. But I think maybe a little light on political experience.
I feel like we would be walking into a situation where it would be easier for the king to get the horn if we are going to go to his city with the aim of giving it to his wife. Do they not share a bed?
Not that I've heard. Not anymore.
That's ridiculous. Then what's the point?
The point,
Politics, dear.
the point is that Queen Valis wed King Acastus. It may have been a slight error in judgment, but it did unite the people of Mitros in a very, very troubling time. And she's maintained that ballast because even now the Order of Sydon is demanding that the Temple of the Five be destroyed in Mitros, and
Oh, fuck no.
it is said that that is what has caused the hurricane to batter the city so, to force them into submission. If not for Queen Valis marrying King Acastus those years ago, this would have come potentially much sooner and with many lives lost.
How long ago were they married? Would it have been like during our lifetimes? Or
DM question or Aesop question?
DM question. The way you're saying it, it sounds like Acastus is human, but I'm just...
He is
Okay.
human.
Okay.
They were married when you lived there. It's been about 20 years now.
I remember that wedding. It was quite something.
Let's rewind back to owning dragons. How... I need all of your lore and books on how one would do something like that, please. And
Or
where
perhaps you might know where...
be able to find set. I got you. Oh yeah.
Actually, I think
where
let's
I-
start off, like, because I appreciate the book question. How many... Have you heard numbers?
I've just heard a small number.
What?
And
Small
as
number.
Euron is talking to Aesop, Lycus, you hear, "You don't need books, Lycus. You will be a dragon lord."
I look over at Euron and I'm like, yeah, I know. Thank you. I really appreciate that.
What?
What do you mean, what?
I didn't say anything.
Yeah, you just said I'll be a dragon lord.
She didn't say anything.
I,
What are you talking
Lycus,
about? She didn't say anything. I just heard
Lycus,
her
I
said-
swear on my son's life, I did not just
whoa,
say something.
Whoa! Okay. Nobody just heard her say, Lycus,
Did
you're
it
gonna
sound
be a
like
dragon
that
lord.
voice you heard earlier? Underwater.
I racked my brain. Did it sound like that voice I heard earlier?
Did.
Son of a bitch! That bitch is talking. Well, you know what? I don't want to call her a bitch because she just said I'm gonna be a dragon lord, and I don't know about y'all, but who else is more prepared to be a dragon lord than this guy?
You will be a dragon lord, and I
Son
am
of
a
a-
bitch.
Bitch, I love this girl. You'll just
Can
see
you ask
like
her who she-
talking to himself.
Lady,
His l-
Lycus,
La-
lady.
lady, wait, lady,
Indeed.
lady, bitch. Like, what do you mean?
Hmm.
What are we talking about here?
What?
Like,
Ask her her name.
shh,
If
shut
you're going
up,
to keep
shut
talking.
up. I'm enjoying this.
Yaron's gonna have an arm and like make sure he doesn't like walk
Okay,
off the
yeah, no,
road.
that's fine. Lady, what's your name?
You know
What shall
my
I
name.
call you? What shall I call? What would you like me to call you? And don't say
What
lady.
would you like to call me?
You know, your name slips my mind. What is that Kira? Is that my lady
No.
Kira? No?
This
No?
is not
It's-
Kira. I thought you were so gifted you would know, you would remember.
See, there's a lot of ladies in my life, and...
Please tell me it doesn't sound
you-
like Demetria. Please tell me it doesn't sound like Demetria.
No, of course it's not Demetria. Would you stop interfering? I can't hear her if I hear your melody. DM? Anything? Because I'm hearing her voice more. Yeah, I didn't think so. You know, love, it definitely eludes me. I do apologize. I'm sure you have made an impact, but it's just, I'm not recalling. But I did just get turned to stone recently. Perhaps you could help me a little bit? Hello? Hello? She hung up the phone.
What's a phone?
No, just joking. Apparently she got offended that I couldn't remember her name. It happens. It's
Did
an
she
unfortunate
give
side
title?
effect. I'm
Anything?
used to it. She just said, call her lady. Or she said, I'm a lady. Not me, I'm a lady. She's a lady. I'm not a lady.
You also called her a bitch out loud, so there is
And
that.
she actually approved. Oh, lady bitch. She said, I am a bitch, and call me lady. So, who's Lady Bitch? Do I know a Lady Bitch? Do we know a Lady Bitch? I look at everybody. Lady Bitch? I look at the old man. Anything in the books about Lady Bitch?
I've never heard of
Euron's
a...
trying not to drop the
I've never
scout.
heard of a lady bitch, no.
I just want to know how she got into here. Because she's definitely talking to me.
Probably seemed like a bunch of free space.
Fucking proverbial, like, I minor illusion
Please
of
let Heracles
and
be
it just
awake so he can hear that.
Well, I need you to roll for burn damage.
Kira wishes she was here to hear that.
Oh shit! That burn. That's gonna be an epic poem in my epic line in my poem. No, Jesus.
It's gonna be where he stops playing his lute for a second.
Yeah, let's just quit plucking and be like, ow.
Shit.
Yeah. So, I just look at Ina like, well done.
Vicious
Ow.
mockery.
I know. I thought I was the only one who knew spells. Okay, so look, the next time that she contacts me, I will try to get a name. But until then, there is a sexy lady voice in my head who probably watches me all the time. It's okay.
You best give her a show.
You know I'd do what I'd do.
Or if she will
Yeah,
not give
just,
you a name, ask her if she wants something. Or something along those lines, or what
Let's
she
not get too
hopes
greedy.
to get.
Too greedy too early. She says I'm going to be a Dragon Lord. We're going to work with that. That's good. Start off small. Starting off small. Know what I'm saying? Alright, who's ready to get this show on the road to be a Dragon Lord? This guy. First I need to refill my wine. So I reach over to the cup and I start pouring it into my emergency flask, my non-emergency flask, and then my mead flask, which is empty of mead.
Euron's just sighing and just shit.
Yeah, just hold still. I'm gonna just tip this spigot.
Alright. So, anything else before you come back? You have a little while, so you could, if there's anything else you want to talk about, otherwise we can go to Astoria.
Did I see him collecting the poison out the stomach? I mean, I'm sure I saw him cutting into the stomach, right?
Yeah, you saw him doing something, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna ask, what were you doing? I saw you slice into the stomach of the basilisk. What were you doing?
Yeah. I'll reach down, I'll grab the vials of bile and be like, look, basilisk bile.
For what purpose?
Technically, in certain circles, it's claimed that it can help prevent or return petrification to normal state. I haven't seen it 100%, but while I was examining the contents of the basilisk's stomach, I did note that there was nothing stone inside of it. So it would lead one to think that once stone hits these acids, it reverts back to normal and is digested. I still have to prove that, I don't know. But I have a thing.
I give him a quizzical look.
Are you...
How did you... Where is this knowledge of poisons and things coming from? I would not expect it from a bard to know
My ears start
poisons.
perking up.
I am a mystery, my lady. We
You
all
say,
have.
that was the most eloquent thing complex thing I think I've ever heard you say.
Hey, we all have our history, we all have our past, and mine has a thing with poisons. So, let's not dwell too early on it, but, you know, growing up in the wild, you have to learn what you have to learn, and I have a thing for venomous creatures. And, yeah, I study venomous creatures. And I'll pull out my little vials of poison. Like, see these? I dip my darts in these. They don't do much, but, yeah, I have a thing for poisons.
If we run into any more, could you show me how to put some properly on my sword?
Run into any what?
Or if we get any more poison, aside from the ones that you use for your darts.
Yeah, sure, here. I'll hand her one. I've only got
Thank you.
3. Well, left. Yeah, hey, here. Yeah, so, apply. No
Okay.
touchy. No touchy. Apply. Pointy
I'm
in.
hearing that in
Nice.
Kuzco's voice. No touchy. No touchy.
Yeah. Pointy
Alright.
end goes in the other guy after apply.
Alright, Huron very, very delicately finds a spot for the vial that won't break.
Perfect.
So, your village, was it mainly like a poison
What?
village?
What are we, Village of the Hidden Poison? No, we were a traveling caravan. We went from place to place. We explored tons of new areas, and I got exposed to a lot of nature.
Okay.
And people got bit, people got poisoned, people died, people survived. Me and the medicine lady had a thing, and okay, so my mom was also a snake charmer, but it's beside the point. Things.
Huron's just like instantly intrigued. It's like,
And I look over at her and I'm like, she's not the only one.
I'm more kidney shot with the 2 fingers.
Because she perked up and it was immediately like, see, it runs in the family. And I see little hissy hiss comes out.
Down, Scorpio.
But no, yes. So
Wonder if your caravan ever made it through my village.
it's possible. We get around a lot.
Yeah, we know you do.
My reputation precedes me.
Pretty sure
No,
not the only thing that precedes you.
Or follows.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Hostilities! Future Dragon Lord, the voice said so. Okay. Why did this get on me? Let's get off of me for a minute. I'll get off of you, you get off of me.
First time he's ever said that.
If you wish to interrogate someone else, go ahead. We've got a bit more of a walk.
Alright, I look left and look. Okay, do we have any more questions for this nice gentleman? After you so haphazardly just accepted his oath? As long as I get a dragon out of this, we're good.
Have you met with Queen Valis of late? As though I'm more wondering if there is a way to meet her that does not directly involve going to see her husband.
She takes visitors, and she is known to lead prayers every day at the Temple of the Five. At least, last time I was there, she was still doing it. And I've met her many times over the years. We were quite close for a time.
Euron's eyebrows just go up for a moment. They just kind of peer at him.
He's, I'll always love Adonis. I love her in my way, but... Anyway.
Pat his shoulder.
So you have or have not had sex with her? You're like
No.
500 years old, dude, alright? You ain't got the game, you just don't have the game.
Over 600.
Yeah.
Lycus,
I can't blame you for not trying.
we all love in our own ways. You love in your way, and I love in mine.
Oh, I love my way a lot.
After, at the end of the First War, when all of the Dragon Lords sailed off the last time together, Adonis took my heart with him. Since he never returned, neither did it. The only place I had in my heart was for all the children I adopted after, since so many had perished.
Well, fuck, now that just got sad. I'm going over here to drink, and just kind of like tip Euron a little. I tip all of Euron a little bit to get a cup of the wine.
It's really only
Euron's just
sad.
like, what?
You hear sloshing sounds.
Like, it's only sad if you love in the way that you do. For me, it's the greatest joy I've ever had.
I'll drink to that.
Anyway, we'll leave you to your discussions. I didn't mean to intrude, but thank you for what you said and bringing it to Queen Valis. Just kind of starts trudging on ahead a little bit, giving you your area.
She does come often to the lead prayer often. I remember going to seeing her there myself.
Yeah,
I just never thought I could approach her.
I never really went to any of those prayers, but I always knew of them.
So, anything else before Astoria?
I'm continuing to like scan and everything. Do I see the harpies again, or?
No, they were traveling much faster than you, especially since y'all are carrying wounded.
Okay.
Alright. So, you make your way into Astoria. By this point, it's late afternoon. The sun is kind of 3/4 of the way down. Is there anything that you would like to do before the evening's events? I know you said you wanted to talk to Princess Anora. Obviously, you're going to put Theracles up. Aesop's going to go back to the Dragon Shrine. Is there anything else?
Buddy on my back is going home.
You can bring him to his house. He once you get to the story, he kind of hobbles along next to you, shows you his house, introduces you to his wife and his little daughter, and lays up in the bed and passes the fuck out.
Duran presses a gold into the wife's hands and just like, you fought very well.
Thank you. Thank you for bringing him back.
When is God King's daughter gonna get chained up here, y'all? Like, let's not forget that's still on the that's still happening, or did
We need to go talk to her.
Yeah, like, we're ready, right?
Yep. Just drop off the wounded and
Okay.
You got it. You make your way back to the temple. We'll kind of box this in a little bit. You cross the audience with Princess Anora. King Pythor is not there at the moment. Same guard leads you down. You talk to her. Is there any? You give her a general gist of the plan. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
She's hesitant, but basically it comes down to the fact that she puts her faith in you.
What's she hesitant about? Just get chained up. What's she not gonna do? Bitch, you get chained up like you was gonna do it anyway. We're just gonna stand around you.
Because she had gotten her hopes up that she wouldn't end up on the rock tonight after talking with you last time.
We will not let harm come to you, my lady.
No, you better not oath that shit, I swear to God.
Oath is not a verb.
Bitch, you just oathed us twice. I am not going to tolerate a third oath in a minute.
Oath is not a verb.
Oath is not a verb. Like,
Punch.
Yeah, smack. It's a good thing I have a ram's head.
I already had a brother, two brother. Don't need another one.
Okay. So, talk to Anora, get the game plan. She says she'll let the guard know she's ready to be sacrificed, just so nobody expects anything. And generally at sundown, in keeping with the rest of the sacrifices, the Order of Sydon will come to collect her, perform the ritual upon the rock, and the evening will begin.
I guess we're following. We're kind of gonna hide out. Is that the plan here? Okay.
All right. So, anything you'd like to do before sunset?
I go get a massage by Laureus.
He is overjoyed to see you. He's overjoyed to see all of you. He hugs and attempts to give a fraternal kiss to all of you, and thanks you so much.
I give him the French like mwah mwah. No, I don't French kiss him. I greet him.
I track it.
Okay.
And that's what he takes the cue from you and does the same to everybody else, as though it's a custom of yours.
See, I'm
Euron
teaching
is
you the ways
like-
of the proper world.
Looks so awkward.
He
I'm gonna
asks
make a
if you all
civilized
need
satyr of him yet.
anything. There you go. He's willing to run errands or prop your feet up, massage, whatever. He's just trying to be very helpful. You can get the sense he's very fond of all of you. Some more than others, but very fond of all of you.
Can you blame the guy?
So if you'd
tell
like
Kira
to,
about the sick burn.
you can all take a. Okay, tell Kira. She's like, "Oh, that's good. So funny. I'm gonna steal this. I'm gonna say it again. Watch." So you can all. I mean, you just took a short rest. Well, no, you go ahead and you can short rest again. You're on because you have exhaustion. So everybody else can take a short rest if you like.
I'm gonna like slide over to Kira and be like, hypothetically, a female gets in your head and starts talking to you
Uh-huh.
and says, "Call me lady bitch."
You do get around.
It's not the first time, but this one's actually in my head. Who's the first name you'd have thought of? Or who's the first thing, deity, powerful being? Because someone's in my head. This is the third time. Second time she's talked to me. First time was when I was swimming up out of the cavern, and she said, "Lycus, I see you now." And then just a little bit, and she didn't respond. And then just a little bit ago, she decided to have a full-fledged conversation with me and told me I'm going to be a Dragon Lord. I'm all for 100% going to be a Dragon Lord. That's what I'm talking about, right? Can't fuck that up. But when I said, "What's your name?" she's like, "You already know me. You should know my name." And she said, "I am a bitch, but call me lady first." So, lady bitch. Ooh, Kira, don't tell the others, but I ain't got a clue because I've never slept with this lady. I would recognize the voice.
Well, she obviously knows you.
Which is completely understandable.
She said, "I see you now."
Yeah, huh? Meaning she couldn't see me before.
What's changed recently?
I was stone, and now I'm not stone.
Hmm.
Solid as a rock.
Anything?
Rock hard.
Anything before that? Relatively recently? I have no idea who would be Lady Bitch.
I mean, there was that whole I drank the wine from the cup, from the horn of Amitria, and got sucked down into this deep, dark, devilishly looking shadow dungeon, and these big eye creatures looked at me. But that's beside this whole thing.
I'm sorry, Lycus. It's not ringing any bells. I will think on it. But if you don't know when she's in your head, then I'm not sure how much good I could be.
I just wish the bitch would give me her name.
Well, if
I
she's
kinda
that
looked up a
interested
little
in
bit.
you.
I wish the bitch would give me her name.
You hear from somewhere on deeper in the cavern. Who are you calling a bitch?
Shut up, Frank.
Me!
All right then.
You're all good.
Yeah, so I just look at Kira. I'm like, I've never heard of that. Like, I've seen some crazy stuff, and people hear voices in their head, but it usually doesn't turn out very well. But she's telling me good stuff. She ain't telling me the kill myself stuff. She's like, hey, you gonna be a Dragon Lord stuff.
I'm not sure, Lycus.
What's her name? Her name, Karen? I want to talk to the manager.
Thanks, chat. Appreciate that.
Next time I have a call with her, she's gonna be like, I want to talk to your manager. Karen? Karen?
Or Linda. Or Brenda.
Londa.
LaFonda.
But yeah, I'll let you know the next time she decides to plug that link in.
All right. Good luck.
I mean, I don't know what to say. She decides when she wants to talk to me.
That is very peculiar.
Ooh, maybe she'll be in my dream tonight.
Hopefully it's a good one. Better than the last.
Well, we'll see. Yeah, let's see if we can get through this tonight. By the way, did you record the events of this basilisk ordeal?
I've heard very little.
Have you? Allow me to explain what actually happened, and I'll pull out my notes and just go through it with her.
Got it.
Heroic sacrifice,
Mhm.
amazing stature.
Occasionally, Euron leans in and like adds the realistic tidbits.
Nuances. I majestic pose for the idea that if I ever have to if I'm gonna stay dead, the world will know me as I truly was, a satyr of absolute beauty.
You see, as you're doing this, she pulled out a parchment where she had obviously written the Cliff Notes version she had, and you see she's like scratching out like big old parts of it, and then just like scribbling very, very little back in.
Yeah.
But then she starts to scratch another part. Go ahead.
That little part right there about Aina charging and killing. I mean, it was because of my distraction. My distraction allowed her to get that hit.
What about this part where it says you shit yourself?
No. You see, Euron, as a joke, rubbed mud on my mustache. Just being funny.
You had shit on your face.
No shit. There's no shit.
Okay.
There's no shit.
I'm sorry. I thought mud was slang, like a cow pie.
No.
Okay.
Like, it was more water than mud, but it was in a cave, so everything in the cave is dirty. It was water from a stalagmite.
But
Real talk, was it basilisk shit?
It looks like some kind of dried, by the way. You might want to...
Oh no, I washed it out when I was swimming. Thank you very much.
Shave then? I don't know. Okay. Alright, so you have that fun little tidbit of information. Anything else, everybody?
Euron might take a moment but before we go and see if she can put the poison on her sword.
Okay, you got it. Alright. So, if there's nothing else, the sun sinks down into the sky. As the sky outside darkens, you see the people in the tavern start to all go outside. You follow them as well. A procession of sorts has formed in the street, leading a passageway down from the palace through the main street of Astoria out towards the Rock of Estor. Slowly and very ceremoniously, as the sun is just barely sitting over the horizon, you see Commander Gaius walking proudly down the street, his shield out, hand on the hilt of his sword, chin up, with an air of superiority and success. Behind him,
just leans in towards Aina and just goes, "We are killing him so fucking good."
Behind him, you see, flanking Princess Anora, the other 7 captains of the Order of Sydon. Resplendent, polished armor, walking with the same air of superiority. And Princess Anora in a very simple gown, walking, her chin also held high, making it a point to catch the eye of as many people as she can as she walks down the street. The people around you, a mixture of worry and sadness as they make their way through Astoria proper. As they pass by, the crowd collapses in behind them, everybody following them down out to the Rock of Estor. Some walk around the outside of the gate between the 2 giant rock outcroppings that flank the passageway. Many others stand up top of the walls, on top of rooftops, looking over the river Archelon so they can see Princess Anora for what they assume to be the final time. Would you like to go on the wall, or on the rooftops, or down as close as you can get to the rock?
I want to be close as I can be to the rock.
Euron's close.
Close.
I'm gonna go on the wall. How far are we talking?
The
Like,
closest you could.
I'm a football field away.
The closest you could get would be to get up on several balconies and rooftops. People are kind of opening their homes for everybody. That would put you about 40 feet away or so, but you're also much higher up, like 3 stories.
Yeah, I want to
up.
see lookout height kind of thing.
You got it. Those that decide to go down, the closest you can get, about 50 feet away, all but 2 of the captains kind of stop the crowd from getting any closer. Stand there, kind of forming a barricade. So you're up on a roof. You 2 are down there, as close as you can get. Cyanus, where were you?
He's in the shadows.
I was also down there with them.
Okay. So y'all easily make your way to the front, everybody kind of parting way for you. Commander Gaius walks Anora up to the rock. They climb up, and as he stands there, the 2 captains secure 1 manacle each to each of her legs. She closes her eyes and bows her head for a moment, and Commander Gaius says something. You see his mouth moving, you can't tell what it is. He looks out over the crowd. As is decreed, projecting his voice for all to hear, Princess Anora offers herself as sacrifice to the Lord of all to save this city from the wrath of Sydon. She sets a shining example for the humility and gratitude that each of you should express.
At that moment, could I minor illusion the sound of someone flatulating behind him? Pretty much.
You missed my snort, shit!
Could I take that moment to lay a flatulence pretty much on him, like he just did it? I want to ruin his speech. That's why I'm saying it. Like, I want to ruin his speech.
Like the loudest one you can.
The loudest booming, like minor illusion lays it in there.
You sure could.
Sounds like the Inception horn.
Like a dragon itself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I want to ruin this speech. His grandiose soapbox bullshit just got deflated. Literally.
You got it.
Thanks. Sorry. I want to interrupt.
No, you're good. So
monologue.
this kind of echoes throughout the valley around you. Some people kind of look kind of wide-eyed, and some little kids kind of giggle, start pointing, and he just kind of stops dead sentence and kind of glances back for a second.
Was that me? Was that you?
As I was saying, I know you all love your princess dearly, and thus should appreciate her sacrifice. She has been told, as is ritual, that if she leaves this rock before the sun rises on the morrow, the sacrifice will be forfeit, and so will your city. Let it be known. Hail, Sydon, Lord of all. And with this, they step down and go back over to where the crowd is gathered at the lowland near you. A time passes with everybody kind of breathing quietly, almost as though holding their breath. You could hear a pin drop aside from the river water rushing past the rock. Sorry, gotta clear my throat. On the opposite side of the bank, you see about 12 centaur. They approach the water and stop at the water's edge. Four torches illuminating them all fairly well. And they stand there, kind of stoically, yet also respectfully. You get the sense that they're here to watch the proceedings.
Question. Do they look like the centaurs that killed Mikhail?
Give me a perception check.
A
10. I will say that you see two of them that bear similar ornate tattoos on their left chest. But there is a large, well-armed and armored figure standing in front. He seems to be perhaps the chieftain of the gathered tribes. You get that sense because of your knowledge of the culture. Standing 2 steps behind him and off to the right, you see a very familiar set of hair. A strong jaw, holding himself proudly, almost to the point of arrogance, but just humble enough. You recognize your husband Zul standing there near the chieftain. At this point in time, the storm clouds that have gathered start to release rain down on the city of Astoria. Lightning starts to crackle in the distance, drenching everyone around you. Everybody stays in the weather, waiting to see what happens. 3 winged figures fly in overhead from the darkness, the same 3 harpies you saw before. They swing down low over the rock and amongst the people, calling out, praising the Mad Titan, the Queen of Dreams. Remember your place. They swoop down and harass Anora, never quite striking her, but making her flinch in apprehension.
Huron's going to try and just briefly meet Anora's eyes, if possible, and just be like, it's okay. It's okay.
Easy enough. The rain gets heavier and heavier. You begin to hear a strange noise echoing from the north. The sound of water rushing down the river. You see it now like it's from your elevated perspective. The river Arcanum, with torrential downpour that has released, is gaining in height and flooding more and more. Once it reaches the rock, it climbs up above, first to her ankles. After 5 minutes, her knees.
How high can this go? She's not
waist.
in the banks.
She's
Yeah,
in the
she
middle of
is.
the river.
She is.
Yeah, but I mean, it's
At the-
gotta.
At this point, the water is rising up. It's climbing the cliff walls that it channels through here, are boxing it in. It's rising up against the walls of Astoria itself.
Oh my god.
The people in the lowlands and Centaur back up as the water starts to fill the side passages. Then her waist,
She's gonna drown.
and then her
Is-
chest.
She just needs to be chained to this rock, or she just needs to be on the rock?
She can't leave the rock.
She can't leave the rock. She can get on top of the fucking rock, though.
She's on top of the rock. She's standing on top of the rock.
Oh, God.
Reaches her shoulders.
I look at them. What the fuck do we do?
The rain begins to mix with the tears of the people as they realize what the ultimate
God.
Son of a
price to be
bitch.
paid is.
Euron's gonna back up and just take a flying run and just dive.
Okay. The guards let you through. Give me an athletics check with disadvantage to swim in this rushing river.
Oh, son of a bitch. I put away my dice because I thought I wasn't gonna need it, son of a bitch!
The water rises to her shoulders. She picks up her chin. Her eyes are closed as though she's staring into the heavens.
15.
15. You swim out into the current, away from the side where you were standing, and as you round the corner, the main volume of the water hits you. I need another athletics check. With disadvantage. This is a torrential downpours. This massive water.
Yeah, no, 6.
As you swim headlong into it, you start to make some distance. You closing it, you see her chin just barely above the level of the water. And then a floating log slams into you and knocks you underwater. You rise up again. You're now 50 feet further away. The river sweeping you down past the cliffs away from Astoria.
I need to try and get to... Fuck, I need to try and get to shore.
Athletics check disadvantage.
Well, because I'm in the middle of... Actually, before I... Is there any rocks of any kind nearby that I could get on?
Torrential downpour. Water rushing over your head. Perception check with disadvantage.
Never mind. Fuck it. I'm just gonna try and... I'm gonna try and swim and hope I can hit shore.
Okay.
Son of a bitch, 6! Again!
Get carried another 50 feet downstream. We'll roll the rest of these offline.
Oh god. I tried.
As the rest of you watch, Princess Anora submerges underwater.
Someone fucking get in there.
What the fuck are we gonna do? I can't swim that. Like, from my position.
After 10 minutes, the water
No.
rose up a little more, and then kind of plateaued there. The rains died down a little bit. Gaius turns, summons his captains, and starts to proceed back up through the crying crowd, sternly looking Aina and Cyanus in the eye as he bumps his way through. The centaur on the other side of the river turn, their torches now extinguished by the rain. You see their shadowy forms disappear into the darkness. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session. So, melancholy note, everybody. But we'll be back in a week. Let me turn the Sirenscape off. That rain's kind of loud. I hope y'all enjoyed tonight's session. The story, at least. And I don't really know what else to say, but take care of each other. It's crazy out there right now. We love all of you. Get some rest. See y'all on Discord tomorrow or on Twitter. And until next time, take care.